1 Slugfest Police and Fire Charity Boxing Event. I'm Mike Schmiel. I'll have the blow-by-blow for tonight's action. Joining me, Tyler Richards with the color analysis. Good evening, Tyler.
Hey, good evening, Mike. How you doing tonight? Doing
outstanding. It's an incredible atmosphere already, and the fights have not even started.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. This historic arena here in beautiful downtown Hammond, Indiana. It's great to see this annual event back in action once again.
Yeah, there's people who've come from far and wide. Legends all over the region have came here, and they are excited for a night of boxing in one of the best venues you can imagine when it comes to boxing. So many legendary fights have happened here in these walls, and it's this idea where it's not only the idea of coming here to watch a fight, but to watch it in the name of community and charity as well.
Yeah, very true. It's amazing. It's awesome to see all these region policemen and and firemen and police women and police or firewomen come together just for such a great purpose, for charity, for Make-A-Wish and cancer research here for Northwest Indiana. This is just an honor to be here tonight.
Yep, so as Tyler mentioned, the proceeds of this event goes to local Make-A-Wish here in Indiana, here in Hammond, and as well as NIC, the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation. So, all proceeds going to charity here. It's an incredible night. Atmosphere is great. You have, beverage servers walking around. People are getting all dialed in here. They got, the entire first floor of this area, the floor seating around the ring, has been sold out. And it's been sold out for quite some time, and people are still pouring into the Hammond Civic Center, and they'll be seated alongst the balconies because if they got a ticket on this first floor, they're probably in here already because it's absolutely packed here.
It definitely is absolutely packed here, and we talked about this earlier. This gym always reminds me of a bigger version of Whiting and Elston Red Devil Gym in Michigan City. I'm from Michigan City originally, so Red Devil Gym I've played community ball there for a long time, officiated at Whiting a few times. It's awesome to be in this historic facility here tonight, Mike.
Yeah, and you mentioned the idea of, like playing community ball and things like that in these gyms. These gyms, they serve a huge purpose within the community. And the Hammond Civic Center is one where it's unique in the sense that it's been around since 1938. This Hammond Civic Center is still to this day beneath this floor as they have a gym, and there have been people, locals here, that have been going to that gym for decades now, and so it's not just an event for a special occasion, but it's an event for everyday life here for people in Hammond and Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, it's awesome to just come in here and just get a workout in, or even watch a boxing match here, or even watch a basketball game here, because they still play basketball here at the Hammond Civic Center every once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's interesting too is that it's the amount of events that have been here, but not just the amount, but how the diversity and the wide array of events. They've done wrestling here, they've done basketball, they've done boxing, they've done it all that you can do on the hardwood or here on the canvas.
Yeah, we even talked about some concerts earlier. One of our co-workers here, Chris, he said he saw Kiss here, Judas Priest. That's awesome, just to see big bands come here to a little local civic center just to play for them. This is awesome.
Yep, and so for tonight's 911 Slugfest, the Police and Fire Charity Boxing event, want to bring to you some rules, okay? So there will be an 8 count on all knockdowns. So it's, you hit the canvas, it's an 8 count. It's charity boxing. These are amateurs. These are heroes in their own right, but not necessarily heroes of the ring, unless we may see one tonight or a few. So there are mandatory 8 count on all knockdowns. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. So once you are knocked down 3 times in one round, that is over for the fight. And you cannot be saved by the bell in any round. So those are the rules for tonight's fight. As well as we'll have referees as well. You'll have, I believe, the referees here that we have listed right here. Spoke with them earlier, Randy Ray as well as Scott Huff. So they'll be kind of interchangeably going from one fight to the next. Every other fight you'll see either Scott or Randy in the ring, making sure that this fight, is scored correctly as well. They're potential instances of low blows, injuries, things like that. These referees, Randy Ray and Scott Huff, will do an amazing job tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's 14 bouts. You get your money's worth here for a standard admission ticket. $15, you get 14 fights. That's awesome right there.
You can't beat it. It's an amazing deal. And again, all the proceeds are going to charity. It's going to the Make-A-Wish locally, as well as Nick, Northwest Indiana Cancer and Kids Foundation. So as we look around, as we look around the Hammond Civic Center, we see there's royalty all around us here. Is naturally that happens in a fight night. So we have Angel Man Freddy here. Angel Man Freddy, come on down. So we'll, if you can, let's all scoot down one chair, or we can do it that way. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, it's just when we see someone of royalty here in Hammond Civic Center, we got to make sure we get a word with them. So, Angel, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Just excited about the firefighters versus the police officers.
Absolutely. So, talk a little bit about how historic this venue is.
I think it's very raising money for the police officers and firefighters. It's raising money for the people. You know what I'm saying? So this event is very, very well known to the community, and it's very good.
Absolutely, it's well known. Like you mentioned, it does so much good for the people here. It does good for the people here.
Most definitely.
And can you share what? I mean, you are a legend of the sport, a veteran in the ring. Can you kind of share what is it like to step into the ring and go toe to toe with someone who's doing everything they can to put a world of hurt on you?
That's what I love. That's what I love the most about boxing. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you're gonna expect when you get in the ring. But you're always going to be ready physically and mentally. Boxing's mental. If you're mentally correct, you're good.
That's right. Absolutely. It's this idea, like you said, it's, Larry Merchant once said it's the theater of the unexpected. And so we don't know what we'll see tonight, but I'm sure we'll see a lot of entertainment and thrilling boxing.
Oh, definitely. I believe the firefighters and the police officers are going to give us a good show, and it's for a good cause.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Angel Manfredi joining us here. Great to meet you. A pleasure to meet you, and we're so glad that you can make it here tonight.
It's my pleasure being here to support the firefighters and the police officers.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So, Angel Manfredi with us, lending his support for the police officers and the firefighters here. Again, it's an event that has been, widely built up in the area. We're seeing people from far and wide turning out here tonight.
Yeah, a lot of different firefighters and police departments being represented here tonight. I saw a few guys from my neck of the woods, Michigan City, in here, so I'm very excited to see these guys fight. One I went to high school with, so I'm really excited to see him. He was a tremendous fighter when he was in high school. He was a judo guy. He was a martial arts guy. I liked it. I like him a lot. He's a very nice guy. Very nice guy. Great firefighter. Doing a good for a cause. You got like Porter County here, across the pond in Lansing, Illinois, Hobart, Lebanon, Ohio, all the way from there. This is an unbelievable stacked card, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, if you're someone that enjoys the sport, if you're someone that actually takes part in the sport, and you get into the ring and you go blow for blow with someone, this is where you want to be. This is where you want to be tonight. So, we have people coming, fighters coming from, like you said, Lebanon, Ohio, as well as Lansing, as well as all across Porter and Lake and LaPorte County. So it's, a tremendous card for tonight. And again, it's 14 fights for $15.
Can't beat it.
Yep. And then, so we have Jack Callahan stepping over here. Jack is, if there's one person or a Mount Rushmore of boxing in Northwest Indiana, Jack Callahan is on that Mount Rushmore. Jack, how are we doing tonight?
Doing good. A little nervous always, before the event like this. Everybody coming up to you and wanting something, but it's a wonderful event.
Yeah, it really is, and it's it's one of those.
Make sure his mic is low.
Yep. Is that? Yeah, I believe that mic. Is the microphone on?
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah. Okay. We're getting a little feedback. There we go. I think we're good now.
All good.
Yes. Perfect. So, like you mentioned, I'm sure you have all kinds of people trying to come up to you tonight and talk to you. Talk a little bit about how exciting it is to finally have this event back and how long it's been.
Yeah, it's been. Last one was in 2018, so almost 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So everybody, I was getting messages and stuff from people. Can you throw the event again? I want to fight. Like, no, the COVID hit and it was just bad. It was bad timing. But I'm pretty excited it's back.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody else is, because people have been coming up to me. Oh, thank you. I'm like, that makes you feel good,
Yeah,
absolutely.
And is there? Would you say that this is the premier venue? I mean, in not just Northwest Indiana, but all around the area for boxing.
I fought in this ring, in this venue, probably 7 times. And Carlos Sight, he started off in this, and he started off in here. ESPN, Carlos is the man. He did it. He brought it back. So that, and then you had Marty Jakubowski, Gary Kirkland, a lot of fighters. It's a perfect venue for boxing. There ain't a bad seat in the house.
Absolutely.
What would you say is the most memorable fight that you have seen here in the Hammond Civic Center?
Carlos Sight, Mike Landini. I was actually the timekeeper for that fight. And I was trying to judge it in my head, so yeah, it was good.
And that fight, that Landini Jakubowski fight, is one where people still to this day talk about, because this place was filled at capacity. They were turning people away at the door. Is that right?
Absolutely. Both were at the top of their game. It was packed in here. You couldn't squeeze nothing in here. I loved it.
Yeah, and how does the story go that it was because Landini was from Cal City, correct?
Yep, Landini was from Cal City, Carlos was from Hammond, and everybody supported him. It was great.
And the mayor of Calumet City at the time
couldn't get in. I loved it.
was turned away.
Huh?
He was turned away. Sorry, we don't have enough room for you.
I know, isn't that crazy?
And you know what that is? That's a testament to how many people show up for nights like these.
Right. 100% agree on that.
Nights like these. So, it's going to be a tremendous night, I believe, of boxing as well. Talk a little bit about the Hammond Boxing Club and kind of what role it has played into the lead-up of this fight.
Well, all the fighters, I shouldn't say all, a lot of them train at the Hammond Boxing Club, and I like to see every fighter so I can try to match it evenly. Sometimes it's hard, but now we got fighters from Evansville, 2 from Evansville. So I really don't know a lot about them, but of course the police officers, they can do a little bit of investigating. Found them on Facebook, so I got to see a little bit of that. So yeah, I have a couple of good fights. I'm expecting probably 7 fights to go to distance.
Wow. Okay, and
but, I'm just guessing off my head. So.
Okay.
And that means 7 will be finished.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of fireworks tonight.
It is, and police officers won first 3 years we had it, and then the fire team won the last 2 years. So this is the 6th year.
Oh wow! All right, so this could turn into a possible rubber match for next year for 24,
Absolutely.
basically.
Absolutely.
Which fight is the number 1 fight that you're looking forward to the most at this point?
Let me tell you here. Look at this. There you go. I'm gonna say number 5 would be a good fight. Jamel Martin, Dwayne Brown. That should be a good fight. The Patrick Sanders, Nathan Classy should be a war. 7 should be a good fight. And then there's a couple of them. You just keep your eyes open. There's a couple that might not go that far, but there'll be some good fights. I guarantee it.
Okay, absolutely. So we're about, I believe, we're about 20 minutes away, from the first fight. It's scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. Is there anything that you can, say to people that were not able to make it? Is there anything you can say to people that weren't able to make it tonight and what they're missing out on and to be ready for next year?
They are missing out on a great night of boxing. Charity event, absolutely. But this is gonna be better next year, especially if it's 3-3. Look out.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, and one last thing, Jack, is that recently there was the passing of Dennis Hardesty, and
My good friend Dennis Hardesty.
and I met him once when I first came to the Hammond Boxing Club, and he was just a larger than life personality. Can you speak a little bit about Dennis, what he has meant to the sports in this area, and just speaking on that as someone that's known him for a lifetime?
I met Dennis in 1973 when I got out of high school, went to Steel Mill. Met him there, and started amateur boxing probably about 7 years later. The Chicago Park District, Golden Gloves, all that. And then Dennis had me as his first pro in Whiting. And then he ended up taking me to a world title, British Commonwealth title, a middleweight title. I wasn't a middleweight, but I still went as a middleweight. And he's worked in probably 11 world title fights. Actually worked with George Foreman. So Dennis has been around. He's going to be deeply missed by the boxing community.
Absolutely, and for the folks at home, we're showing some images of Dennis in the gym with Jack, and just like you said, like he was a mountain in terms of his significance to the area and the amount of fighters that he had to deal with their success in addition to yours, correct?
Oh yeah, he's been around for a lot of fighters. He actually traveled, went down to different Kansas and places like that, and would stay like 2 months to train fighters. So
Wow.
Dennis worked with Angelo Dundee, Muhammad Ali's trainer, and Sugar Ray Leonard. Dennis is going to be missed. He's really going to be missed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially by me.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, and by more people than we can even know,
Right.
he'll be missed by.
Absolutely.
Just someone who was able to, in a sense, touch eternity, to be able to touch people's lives to the point where they'll never forget those moments and those experiences with him. I know I include myself in that, and I knew him for a heartbeat compared to so many others. So our condolences to his family and his loved ones, and we'll remember him forever.
Appreciate that. Thank
Absolutely.
You so much.
And Jack, have a great night.
Thank you guys.
Enjoy
I really
the fights.
appreciate you guys helping out, all right?
Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Jack.
Thank you for putting this on as well. Thank you so much. Yep, awesome. So, yeah, we're moments away from the fights here at the Hammond Civic Center. I can't believe that it's still people are filing in here because it looks like there's really not much more room, especially on this first level.
Yeah, the first level looks packed already here, Mike, and the second level is starting to get a little more full up here. On the side that we're at here, it's starting to get a little full over there. It's pretty full on the other side as well. It's going to be a great night of some great boxing matches here tonight.
Absolutely, and so as we look around the ring, we see people from all ages and all origins, and it's just a night where it probably will not be forgotten. It's just going to be probably another fight night added to the historic narrative of the Hammond Civic Center. But for now, we'll take a break. We'll come back to you with more live footage here in preparation for tonight's fight night, 911 Slugfest between Fire and Police Charity. You're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Top reasons to work at Strack and Van Til.
Many opportunities to grow.
Flexible hours.
Outstanding benefits like paid vacation time and holidays.
Enjoy health benefits in a 401k plan.
I always feel like I'm part of the team.
Premium and competitive pay.
The sign-on and referral bonuses help to find the perfect talent.
Text STRAX to 97211 to apply today, or visit our site at strackandventil.com/careers. Nobody else will give you the opportunities that we do.
I'm Crawl Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Welcome back to Fight Night in the region here at the Hammond Civic Center. Joining me now is...
I do not.
Where people are asking us when the drawing is for the 50-50. People are already in here wanting to spend their money in the good name of charity. Speaking of charity, alongside me right now is
I thought you were
Nathan
going to say,
Laird.
speaking of good names, it's Nathan Laird.
That as well. Nathan Laird. Nathan, what about this event in terms of can we really talk about when it comes to the charity, right? I mean, we got the Make-A-Wish Foundation and Nick, and how can people support those charities?
And I think it's so great an event like this that if you're not able to make it down, again, we got at least 12 minutes before the fights start. You can make it down here to the Hammond Civic Center. Buy a ticket. It's only $15. Like Tyler said, $15 for 14 fights. You can't beat that at all. And you're not only, supporting Northwest Indiana charities, you're supporting Northwest Indiana kids. And the Make-A-Wish Foundation, benefiting kids here in Northwest Indiana, the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids charity, kids and families who, unfortunately, those children have been stricken with that just god-awful, dreadful disease. The money that's being raised here tonight is going towards those amazing organizations, raising for those. And if you can't make it here, just Google Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation, the Nick Foundation. They have ways you can make donations online. So even if you can't make it here tonight, please just look that up. See what they do. Not only events like this, not only the event that they're having tomorrow for a fundraiser that we'll talk about here in a second, but they have all sorts of great stuff. They have stories for the different kids on the website. And if you can't read that and that doesn't touch your heart, you're made of stone. Because it's just such an amazing organization that does so many good things, both of them, both the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids and Make-A-Wish, that you're going to see some great boxing here tonight, a whole lot of fun, a lot of people here having fun in a historic arena. But again, when you think about where all the proceeds are going, it makes an already fun night even better.
It truly does, and you said you alluded to the event tomorrow, and what event is that?
Right, more coverage here on the Region Sports Network tomorrow, live from the Sparta Dome in Crown Point, a benefit for Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation. It is the annual dodgeball tournament hosted by the Crown Point Fire Department, an event that's been going on for years. We've been covering it for years on the Region Sports Network. You get police departments, fire stations from all over the region, other teams, business-sponsored teams go there. They play a dodgeball tournament, and you think, oh, that's a whole lot of fun. No, that gets competitive. There is trash talk. There is bad blood. There are dodgeball rivalries in this. And again, all the proceeds from that also benefiting the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation. So we're going to have live coverage from that from the Sparta Dome tomorrow, beginning at about 5 o'clock. The tournament starts at 4. They have a record number of teams in it this year. So again, another amazing fundraiser for a great charity tomorrow, both tonight and tomorrow. So a whole lot of fun, and that's what we're doing here at the Region Sports Network is, it's fun. We're here ringside, Mike. We have the best seats in the house. But it's fun to know that what we're doing, and not only, calling these boxing matches that you and Tyler are going to call, we're also getting the word out, helping spread the word about these amazing organizations and what they do. And if that's, our small way of helping to send a crew to do some broadcasts, and we help raise a few extra bucks for these charities, it's well worth it in my end. And then I can speak for Chris Ramirez, I feel there as well, that anything, these little things that we can help do and just help promote and, remind people, please, if you have a few extra bucks, if you can't, you can't. But if you do have that, extra disposable few bucks, consider Northwest Indiana, the Make-A-Wish, and Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation. Those are amazing causes, doing great things right here in our backyard.
Right in our backyard. These are our kids. This is our community, and that's why we're all here tonight. And so, speaking of tonight, we have, we're about less than 10 minutes away from fight night here in the region. We have 14 bouts. There's going to be an intermission after the 7th bout. And so we'll give you kind of a little preview of all those in a second.
Yeah,
here.
I'm going to hand this off to Tyler. You and Tyler are going to be calling the matches. I just want to jump on and talk about the Charitable Foundation, what we have tomorrow. And again, just remind people, search Make-A-Wish. It's Make-A-Wish of Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Again, the proceeds for this one going directly towards Indiana. Google that. Find that web link. You can find it. If you're tech-savvy enough to find us on YouTube, Facebook, regionsports.com, you're tech-savvy enough to Google, find that out. Google Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation. You got $5. You know what? Skip the coffee run on a Sunday morning. Skip the coffee run. I was going to say Monday, but get your coffee on Monday. Skip the coffee run on Tuesday and Wednesday. Make every single cent, every single dollar goes towards these amazing kids who are having tough times here, like I said, in our community. Just go ahead online, make a donation if you can.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nathan.
You're welcome,
Laird.
Mike.
We're going to pass the headset here. Here we go. All right, Tyler, you ready?
Absolutely.
Okay, so the first bout is going to be Zach Stell from the Hammond Police Department, and he'll be fighting out of the blue corner, go figure, right? And he'll be fighting Sergio Ortega of the Munster Fire Department, so that is the first one. And then what do we got up until intermission?
Up until intermission, in bout number 2, it's going to be Joe Oshiski of the Crown Point Police Department taking on Brandon Dills of the Hammond Fire Department. Bout number 3, Zach Retsky of the Hammond Police Department will take on T.J. Wilson of the St. John Fire Department. Round 4, Diana. I
believe that's Jakic.
Jakic, yes, I believe so.
It's a Eastern Bloc,
correct.
Polish perhaps.
Yep. Jakic taking on from the Porter County Police Department, taking on Joe Will of the South Haven Fire Department. In bout number 5, it'll be Jamel Martin of the Gary Police Department taking on Dwayne Brown of the Michigan City Fire Department. Bout number 6, Patrick Sanders of the Porter County Police Department taking on Nathan Classy of the Evansville Fire Department. Traveled a long way here. And finally, of the Lansing Police Department, Aaron Arroyo of the Hammond Fire Department.
Mission, it will be presented by Mead Electric. So Mead Electric will be presenting the intermission here. Fights. We had Jack Callahan on here before, and that the 6 and 7 fight going to be some wars. He thinks in that bout. Joe Will from the South Haven Fire Department, I think, is going to maybe put on a show for that one.
Good fight. Definitely forwards this fight versus Jamel and Dwayne. Dwayne, of course, from Michigan City, my hometown, so I'm going to be rooting hard for him on that one.
Yeah, and I'm going to be rooting for Jamel Martin to score here, okay? So, yeah, but we'll do our best to do unbiased coverage as well. Our heads as we go as well, and give you some predictions before the winners are announced in these bouts. And speaking of these bouts, there's still 7 more to go. So in the eighth bout, the fight after intermission, we have John Hannon of the Crown Point Police Department fighting Donald York of Chicago Fire. Brandon Wakely from Hobart Police Department will be fighting Frank Gussman from Michigan City Fire Department. Jameson Smith from the Porter County Police Department will be fighting Case Stolt from Evansville. Dan Fry from Lebanon, Ohio Police Department will be fighting Jason Gore from Elkhart's Fire Department. Victor Zamora of the Lansing Police Department will take on Colin Andrisco from the Hammond Fire Department. Jason Haynes from the Hobart Police Department will fight Mitch LaCrone from the Hammond Fire Department. And the last bout of the evening, Dylan Serta from the Veterans Administration Police Department will be fighting Matthew Strickland again from the Hammond Fire Department. So we see, quite a bit of local flair here with, many. I believe there's 5 Hammond Fire Department, representation fighters from that, as well as almost just as many from the Hammond Police Department. But still, when we look at this card, we see it's not just in Northwest Indiana, it's not just in Indiana, but it's in Illinois as well. It's just from people from all over just wanting to get a good fight in here at the Hammond Civic Center.
It's awesome to see all these people, especially the guys from Chicago, Evansville, Lebanon, Ohio. It's awesome just to see them come out here for a good cause, for a good cause to raise money for charity here for Northwest Indiana, for Make-A-Wish and Nick as well.
Yep, so keep that in mind, folks, that all the proceeds are going to Make-A-Wish, local here in Indiana, as well as the Nick Foundation, Northwest Indiana Kids Cancer Foundation. So, it's going to be, an electric evening, and we are, really expecting some great fights and doing it all for community and for charity. And with that, we'll take a short break before we get into the fights. So remember, you're watching Fight Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
All right, welcome back to Fight Night here in the region on the Region Sports Network. Along with us now is Kurt Spivey. Spivey, nice to meet you. Mike Jamia. Talk a little bit about what your role is with the 911 Slugfest here and all around.
Okay. Well, I started the Slugfest in 2002 in Indianapolis. We've ran for 21 years now. So I think we were 12, 13, 14 years in, and we got contacted by Jack and Karen Callahan, who wanted to bring this show up to Northwest Indiana. And I've known those guys for a long time through boxing, and it sounded like a great idea. And there are boots on the ground people here, and they run a fabulous show here.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk a little bit about other venues that you've hosted or that have hosted this 911 Slugfest, and how the Hammond Civic Center kind of compares to those venues.
Oh, well, it simply blows them out. The only thing bigger in this state is Evansville and their Guns and Hoses show, which is the Ford Center in middle of Evansville, which is just an awesome show, and we have a great working relationship with them. But as far as the 911 Slugfest, we've used multiple venues in the past. The State Fairgrounds in Indianapolis, the County Fairgrounds, which is our current home, Tyndall Armory, which is a historic boxing venue. But nothing touches the Hammond Civic Center. I mean, it's hard to find a venue that has 4,500 seats in it and just has the legacy that this place does when it comes to boxing. So, great venue.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for all you do. Talk a little bit about the charity aspect of the 911 Slugfest and the good that it does.
Sure, yeah, it's always been a charity event. So these guys, they're police officers, they're firefighters, they're medics, some of them are coroners or conservation officers. They're all public service of some type, first responders of some type, and they all come together to raise money. I think we've given more money to Make-A-Wish than any other organization. We're really happy to have Nick involved this year, which is Northeast Indiana Kids with Cancer for Kids, and just another great organization. We've done some other charity work over the years, but these guys come in, they slug it out for for 3 hard rounds, go at it, and put on a great show and raise a lot of money.
And that's what this is all about. It's all about community. It's all about charity. And like you said, these are public servants. Entering in now on the first level from the southwest corner are the children of the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Nick Foundation and Make-A-Wish.
The national anthem, performed by the angelic voice of Teresa Escalante Duncan, emergency room nurse manager.
Teresa Escalante Duncan will be singing the nation's anthem, Star Spangled Banner, She's an emergency room manager. And mixed martial arts and any combat sport really is And here start.
Steele's ready. He wanted to go already. Before
must have an under that he needs to perhaps finish this fight in order to win it.
Hopefully, and great shots by Ortega on the body, on the hook, though.
Steele leads with a 1-2. Counter punch right hand.
Goodness.
Missed with the 1-2 and a counter punch with the right hand and another hook by Ortega. Ortega's got it. This one in control.
And Steele's just got to hold and pray for mercy at this point. Some points off this.
Ortega, left hand to the body, right hand upstairs. Left hand, right hand, but Steele connects with the right hand and a right uppercut in the clinch. But his back is against the ropes. 10 seconds left in this final round.
Trying to get some extra points there is Ortega. I don't know if that last shot to the head got in time.
No, but the two body shots with the right hand did. So, have it. The end of our first bout, Sergio Ortega. You know, the story in this one. Strong. Feel for your in the, being Zach Steele missed with a 1-2. Sergio Ortega looked comfortable in this one. Zach Steele did his best in this one as well.
Yeah, Ortega advantage on those misfires by Steele. A couple shots to the head. He was owning Steele in that second round as well.
Yep, so I have this one 30-27. We'll see in a moment here what just ringside have it. And I have this one 3 rounds to 0, Sergio Ortega.
I agree with you completely, Mike. Still put up a heck of a fight, though.
Yes, he did. He came in with those to begin each round, but getting caught in the third and final round when he tried to land that jab right cross. He missed on both of those, and then he immediately was greeted with an overhand right cross from Sergio Ortega. And that very well could have been the difference, as that was one of the most powerful shots that we've seen in this bout.
It made me gasp for breath for a second there.
Ortega also did a good job of doing some punishment to the body. He landed a beautiful combination as well. Body. Get to the center of the ring as we announce our winner. Brandon Dills at the Hammond Fire Department right now. The after Sergio Ortega comes away victorious for Munster's Fire Department.
Yeah, we'll see if the fire department can keep up this hot start, or maybe the police department. Could they square it up?
Number 2. Yes. The sponsor of this fight is Mayor Tom McDermott in the city of Hammond. Mayor, since 2004, he has increased the quality of life in this tremendously wonderful town. The
sponsor for the second fight is Mayor Thomas McDermott of Hammond, Indiana. Been mayor since 2004 of the city. He also made an attempt to run for the Senate and for the House of Representatives as well here for the city. Here.
Mayor McDermott, you know, his name is on the inside of the Hammond Boxing Club as well. So, you know, he has, you know, made his contributions to the fight game here locally in Hammond, Indiana.
He's 6 foot tall, 175 pounds. He's known as the sharpshooter. Give it up for Officer Joe Oseki.
Joe Oseki. His nickname is the sharpshooter of the Crown Point Police Department, and he is entering the ring now.
And for the first time, we're seeing somebody enter the ring with them as well.
He daps up Jack Callahan. Perhaps he was one of those fighters training at the Hammond Boxing Club in preparation for this bout. If so, that's a good omen for him. As they say, failure to prepare is preparation for failure.
It definitely could be.
5 foot 11, 185 pounds. Give it up for
Brandon Dills for the Hammond Fire Department. He's entering the ring now, weighing in at 185 pounds compared to Joe Oseki, who's weighing in at 175 pounds. And Brandon Dills also an inch taller than him at 5'11". So Brandon Dills, on paper, is the bigger fighter. But remember, fights are not won on paper, they are won on the canvas and in the ring. So we'll see what he can do here as the bigger fighter in this fight. Perhaps he, utilizes his reach and his size and keeps this an outside fight. Probably hoping to be the polar opposite of what we had in that first fight.
I mean, you could tell the difference. I mean, remember when Mayweather fought McGregor in the fight? I mean, McGregor is much taller. That fight. So we'll see if the height is an advantage for Brandon Dills.
Capabilities each fighter brings to the ring in this one.
Dills also has 10 pounds more on Oseki as well.
Fight Joe Oseki. Here we go. Club. But then Wilson goes back to the well with the 1-2. Both fighters exchange right hands there. Wilson really taking control of the ring after being on the ropes earlier.
Oh, nice little jab right by Wilson. And now Retzky looks like, oh, nice punch right there by Wilson.
Retzky knowing well that he was down in that third round, tried to, charge at the end, but likely to no avail in this one. But a great job by both fighters. Both landed some counter punches. Both landed some power shots. A very good fight in this one.
I definitely agree with you. I'm going to give Wilson it. I think Retzky took the first round, but then TJ Wilson came back strong in the next 2 rounds. I think Wilson takes this one.
Yeah, Retzky, he landed that power shot in the first round that sent Wilson reeling, and then Wilson was able to, get his bearings straight at the end of the first, and then in the second and third, he looked like he controlled most of the action, utilizing that jab cross, and that counter right hand. But Retzky getting the police department fans fired up there. Be interested to see how the judges score this one.
It definitely will be interesting. I think we're still
awaiting on some judges' scorecards.
Correct.
And here is the decision. TJ Wilson wins a unanimous decision. One judge had it 3 rounds to nothing. The other 2 had it 2 rounds to 1. So TJ Wilson puts up another W for the red corner as the St. John Fire Department's representative TJ Wilson comes away victorious in the third bout.
And Zach Retzky going across to the red corner, and same with TJ Wilson going across, bumping fists with the cornermen and corner women, showing good respect, good sportsmanship here. It's awesome. See these guys just come out, they just smack the crap out of each other, and then they just show good sportsmanship. That's one thing I love about boxing.
Absolutely. They went toe-to-toe, eye-to-eye in that one and exchanged a bevy of shots, and were able to take the punishment and the damage and continue fighting in this one for all 3 rounds. So all 3 fights to start this card have gone the distance. Will we see our first knockout? Diana Jakic from the Porter County Police Department will fight Joe Will from the South Haven Fire Department in this 4th bout.
They're getting, they've got a standing ovation here.
No, I looked on your website and found 4 values: integrity, fairness, and service. I want to be pulled over by you guys. Let's hear it for Porter County Police.
Porter County Police contingent on their feet. Yes, this is for charity, but you know they are competitive and they want to see a victory.
Who's the boss? You're the boss? Say something about it. All right, hey everybody, how's it going? All right.
One of our patrons here has the microphone now.
Oh, you want me to say it? All right, Sheriff Bellman, Porter County. Hey, goodbye, everybody. You know what? At the end of the day, we're all in the same, maybe different positions, but I want to give a congrats to all the fighters. I want to give a shout out to the Porter County Sheriff's Office and all the fighters. Diana Jokic, Patrick Sanders, and Jameson Smith. Get us a W! All right! My God, am I glad I found you. Let's go! Let's rumble!
All right, so we have some some encouraging words there, preaching unity, as well as, hoping that the police can get a victory here in this fourth bout if they've lost the first three.
They need to go on a little bit of a run here, Mike, to get some victories. Maybe Diana Diachik can get this victory here and get the goose egg off the board for the police department.
Diana Jockett in this one, fighting out of the blue corner for the Porter County Police Department. She looks ready for this one, all smiles too. Understand that this is for charity, but as soon as she puts her leg through the ring and enters, it is now a different game. Her facial expression has changed. She's light on her feet. She's ready to go.
As soon as she entered that ring there, Mike, completely different facial expression. She was smiling, and then stoic. No emotions whatsoever.
Joe Will fighting out of the South Haven Fire Department. Looking to maintain this streak here for the red corner is the Munster Fire Department, Hammond, and St. John Fire Department have all come away victorious in these first three bouts. Joe Will now about to enter the ring. She looks ready to go. So earlier we talked about the difference in size for these fighters. Joe Will weighing in heavier in this one, but we shall see how this fight plays out, because if my knowledge serves me correctly, that the bigger fighter won the last one, but we may not see that consistently throughout this evening. But like again, fights are won in the ring, not on paper.
Yeah, but Diana Diachik, she might have the reach advantage. She's a little taller than Joe Will. So that might be the advantage there, and might get the police department on the board with a victory here.
Joe Will looks intense right now. Looking across, she is locked eyes. They get their last minute instructions here. They go to their corners. Jokic, Will. Jokic with the left hand to start. Right hand, over the top. Short right hands, left hand. Combinations there. Will is reeling, trying to get to the body, trying to get something done. She hits another right hand. Jokic with her back on the ropes, but it does not seem to deter her.
Jokic has landed so many punches straight to the head of Joe Will.
Credit to Will. She's trying to weather a storm, trying to get inside. She's taking punishment as she keeps marching forward towards Jokic.
Jokic, that height advantage. Oh, nice right to the head of Joe Will.
Will's got to keep her hands up and protect herself as she tries to make this an inside fight. She has her hands down and she is paying the price.
She definitely is. Jokic just destroying Will here, and that's the end of the first round. And the entire Porter County Police Department represented here, cheering for Jokic.
They all collectively gather to their feet in celebration after a tremendous, sensational first round by Jokic.
You were right about Joe Will, though. Jokic came out firing, and Joe Will just couldn't keep her hands up, and she just left herself wide open to some easy headshots by Jokic.
There was just a multitude of things that went in favor of Jokic and went, wrong for Will after the first round, as Will is having her glove, be reapplied with tape. And looking at both of these fighters, and kind of, Jokic seems lighter on her feet. Perhaps it's the Vans that Joe Will is wearing in the ring I don't know if that has any effect on the mobility. A plotter in this one looking to hopefully land that power shot. Instead receives one. 2.
Oh,
Jakic delivering punishment. Again with the right hand. A left hand almost knocks the headgear entirely off. Will's reeling.
Oh, another one right to the head.
Jakic is not only landing shots, but she is doing a great job of moving around the ring and avoiding any sort of attack from Will.
She's definitely light on her feet, like you said, Mike. She is floating like a butterfly, but sitting like a bee. Oh, right to the back of the head by Jakic.
Yeah, and that's Joe Will trying to do a spin move in the ring, but again, she is looking to perhaps get her bearings here.
Oh,
she's got to defend herself. She has got to defend herself in this one, or this a premature ending. So that is considered a technical knockdown.
Joe Will that was a bloody nose.
Will is just pushing forward, but she needs to defend herself and try to throw a punch. Jakic, though, in total control of this one after 2.
Completely agree. Jakic has busted open Joe Will over there in the red corner, a little bit of a bloody nose. That was a beautiful uppercut from Jakic. There was no doubt about it. It immediately got the 8 count set up by our referee.
It seems like this fight will not last the distance. I'm curious to see how much longer this goes into the third. As Will is receiving instruction from her corner, she appears to be, a little upset right now, and Jakic seems like she's ready to go into this one.
And Jack Callahan over in the corner of the fire department asking if she's good to go. Because it's for charity. I know these women are fighting their hearts out, but you don't want to see one of these officers get down and injured.
Jakic with a right, left, uppercut as well, coming over the top, and then underneath.
Oh!
And there goes the towel.
Wow! I didn't think we'd see that tonight, Mike.
First fight to not go the distance, and it comes by the right and left hands of Diana Jakic of the Porter County Police Department as she put on a clinic.
She definitely put on a clinic, landing uppercuts, jabs. Mostly it was headshots, though. I rarely saw a body shot by Jakic. She definitely used that reach advantage and the height to her advantage.
Yes, but we would be remiss to not mention just the willingness of the bravery to step into the ring and reveal the courage and the willpower in the name of community and charity. It just cannot be overstated. Joe Will's determination to fight and continue. It was not her decision for the fight to be stopped. And she kept on pressing forward, but because she was unable to defend herself and she was, receiving so much punishment, her corner had to throw in the towel.
It was the best thing to do for the fighter. It was a smart decision, and with that victory, Diana Jakic gets the police department on the board with a victory.
So we have a TKO in the third. And that is the first victory for the police department, the blue corner.
And Jakic is surrounded by applause from the Porter County Police faithful here.
So after 4 fights, fire department, the red corner, is up 3 victories to 1. And one of the most anticipated bouts of the evening is about to begin, and that's between Jamel Martin of the Gary Police Department and Dwayne Brown of the Michigan City Fire Department.
Guy from my neck of the woods, Dwayne Brown, Michigan City Fire Department. I'll try to keep it unbiased, but I got to be rooting for my region, guy.
Don't worry, I'm rooting for Jamel Martin to get back-to-back knockouts here for the blue corner. But no, in all seriousness, we just want to see a great fight and we know that it is all in the name of community and charity.
Here we go. As they were talking about a SWAT team fundraiser coming up on May 27th in the arena. So we're getting ready for bout number 5. Great start. What a great event. This place is packed. The atmosphere is awesome. I love it. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, people are trying to find their seats for this one. As our last fight is with the first fight that we've seen not go the distance. Joe Will was an open book to Jakic, and so now people are now finding their seats and kind of milling around, getting ready for this fight between Jamel Martin and Dwayne Brown. Jamel Martin representing the Erie Police Department, and Dwayne Brown representing Michigan City Fire Department. This is 911 Slugfest here at the Hammond Civic Center. And what a night it has been, and what a night it should continue to be.
Here comes Jamel Martin entering the ring. He will enter with one corner man on his side. He daps up Jack Callahan. And handshakes from his cornerman to Jack Callahan as well.
Joe Martin finds his corner after entering the ring.
It was interesting. He entered from the opposite side of what his corner. We've seen have entered where their corner's at. That's a first.
You know what I'll say? It perhaps is an eagerness to step into the ring.
Yeah, it could be.
And he took the shortest route from point A to point B, and he is now in the ring receiving instruction from his corner. Dwayne Brown now entering the ring, fighting out of the red corner and fighting in honor of the Michigan City Fire Department.
His cornerman coming out here with the old style Shaquille O'Neal jersey on. He's at 5'8", weighs about 180 pounds. He looks ready to go though, Mike.
Yes, he does. Coming out to Jesus Walks by Kanye West. Really soaking in this moment right now. That's Dwayne Brown.
He's trying to get the crowd hype. I love it. I love it. Represent Michigan City Fire Department well. Represent the fire departments of Northwest Indiana well. And also you gotta give it Jamel Martin. I mean, he's gonna do a good job here representing the police departments.
Martin out of the blue corner, Brown out of the red corner. Fighters come to the center ring to touch gloves, receive their final instructions here, and we are on our way.
Here we go. Let's get ready to rumble.
All right, here we go. Touching up. Oh, and we're both coming out swinging.
Yep. Martin with his back to the ropes. He stumbles there. Brown delivering punishment. Martin delivers a right hand, though, to keep himself free from the ropes.
They came right back. One power punch after another. Back to back. They're exchanging jabs and power punches. Oh, and Martin and Brown are going at it once again.
Martin lands another right hand. Looks to be timing up their right hand now. Good uppercut there by Brown. Doesn't land, though.
Brown's got some great dodging technique. He can go so low, it seems.
Yep. Brown fighting as a southpaw in this one with that lead right hand. He's trying to get his foot on the outside and then fire that left. Delivers punishment, though.
Big shot.
Is Martin. Martin, though, takes punishment as well. And what a finish to the first round there. Both fighters looked at a time that they were hurt. Both fighters delivering punishment to each other. Just a bevy of shots and great action after one.
I gotta applaud that. That was a hell of a first round right there between Martin and Brown. I think it's even. I think it's 10-10, right down the middle.
Yep, some smashing blows from each fighter in the first round. I think stylistically, you look at Dwayne Brown, that southpaw. He's trying to, free up that left hand by setting it up with his right, with that right jab. But credit to Jamel Martin. Whenever Jamel Martin got close to the ropes or into the corner, he was able to counter and land that right hand and get himself out of danger's way.
He definitely was. And I mean, like I said, they're exchanging power punch after power punch, basically. It was one punch after another. That's why I'm saying this card is even. That first round had to be an even fight. What do you think about that, Mike?
I think it could have gone either way. I think that, Brown did a better job initiating, but we'll see if that continues. Martin with the jab.
Slow to begin this one.
Now both fighters trying to feel each other out. Good right hand there by Martin. Doesn't land clean, but still probably scores a point as he got him between the headgear.
Martin
great counter punch as Brown tried to, get into close quarters, and now Martin is teeing off with the right hand. Brown's got to not just move his head, but he's got to move his feet. He comes firing back.
Brown has really been on the defensive side this round so far, Mike.
Brown trying to time up a right hand to set up that big left blow. He gets the right hand there.
Oh, there it is.
And a right. And down goes Jamel Martin. Dwayne Brown kept him up before he hit the canvas. Jamel.
Yeah, but Dwayne Brown, I honestly thought that first round, like you said, it could have gone either way. But Dwayne Brown came out swinging. He delivered the big blow right to the jaw of Jamel Martin, and it was lights out at that point for Martin.
It truly was, and that is the early candidate for the fight of the night, or the knockout of the night.
Yeah.
Dwayne Brown delivered just a sensational blow. It just is. His gloves, as if they are, have iron and lead in them. Just a heavy right hand power shot there, and as soon as it landed, Jamel Martin was out. But credit to Jamel Martin, he tried to get up, he stumbled, the refs called it, and that was that.
The health and safety of the athletes is their number one priority. That's what the refs are in there for.
Absolutely. And again, this 911 Slugfest Police and Fire charity boxing event. The proceeds going to local Make-A-Wish Foundation here in Indiana, as well as the Nick Foundation, the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation. So a beautiful night here at just the historic Hammond Civic Center. It has been an exciting night thus far, and we are not even halfway through.
No, we're not. No, we still got 2 more fights before that intermission.
So the next fight is going to be between Patrick Sanders of the Porter County Police Department. The Porter County Police Department is responsible for the lone victory so far, as Jakic won for the Porter County Police Department in the 4th fight. But Patrick Sanders now will represent the Porter County Police Department in the 6th fight, and he'll be fighting Nathan Classy from Evansville. All the way from Evansville, the Evansville Fire Department, they send their representative, Nathan Classy, in this one. He is not the only person fighting out of the Evansville Fire Department. After intermission in the second half of fights, we'll see Case Stoltz. But right now, Nathan Classy and Patrick Sanders look to measure up and get in the ring and slug this one out.
I wonder if he could have a little travel bug. And it's a 6-hour drive all the way from Evansville up here to Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, I'm curious.
But we don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious if he came in the night before.
Yeah, he could have. He definitely could have.
And I'm curious if the Evansville Fire Department comped all expenses.
That'd be very nice of them and very
generous.
Very generous.
Or let's just hope, among all things, that they made a generous donation to the Make-A-Wish Foundation here locally, as well as the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation.
Absolutely agree. Patrick Sanders entering the ring. As he enters by himself, a huge applause by Porter County, the Sheriff's Department faithful here.
Credit to the Porter County Police Department for, their faithful, their contingent of fans and supporters, is they've been on their feet and they've been at it in this one. They've willed Jakic one victory, and they're hoping to do so now with Patrick Sanders, who has now entered the ring.
I wonder how many representatives from Evansville are either watching this fight live on our stream or here live in person. Who knows?
Yeah, either way, they are in for a treat in this one. Nathan Classy now entering the ring, representing the Evansville Fire Department. Came all this way looking for a fight. E. McGregor walks down the runway.
And got a little bit of a strut to him. I like this guy. He's got a little strut to him.
Classy looking like he's moving well before he enters the ring.
Yeah.
Wilson continues when he's inside the 4 corners.
He's got his representation of his gym on the backside. That is X-Fit Gym of Evansville, I believe. And the whole Evansville Fire Department. Hoses. He's a hose man.
Perhaps so. It seems that, at first glance that he is going to be fighting in an orthodox stance, leading with his left hand jab, and fighting against Patrick Sanders. Patrick Sanders loosening up in this one. Both fighters look like they're, pretty light on their feet, but everything changes as soon as you get hit in the face.
You know what? I also noticed one more thing, Mike.
Sure.
Either one of the 2 fighters from either corner, they always have a weight belt on, to be honest.
They always have a what?
A weight belt, like a weight belt on. So you see sitting here for Porter County. But Classy does it. All right, here we go. Oh, body shot by Classy right away.
Yes, Classy working the body and then tries to land that overhand right. Classy doing a good job of protecting himself as he nears into close quarters.
Takes the left hand. It's classy, and that ends the second round. So much more comfortable than he did in the first. He moved well. He was able to like hit the second round. He tried to land that long right hand, that right cross. He is really short, but nonetheless, though, he's able to keep his distance from Classy. Classy has been trying to do this a telephone fight, and Sanders did not allow for it, especially in the second round. He was able to keep it up, and Sanders actually, right hand to left hand, good look there. Classy is still in this one. It will all come down to this round.
Good right hook to the body. A right hand upstairs.
As soon as Classy gets a chance, he's going straight into the body. Oh, bear hug on the top. Oh, Sanders tried to land a nice hook there.
Final 10 seconds.
Oh, and
Classy gets a right hand. He's on the ropes. Takes another one. A left right. Another right. Sanders finishes this one in a dominant fashion.
And a big old hug from both the competitors. Great show of sportsmanship between these two gentlemen. Sanders, I think Sanders takes it.
I would agree with that. Sanders looked much better in the second, and he finished the third round in a very one-sided fashion, as well as he actually had Classy on the ropes at one point, and was able to really get the win on that third round in those last 10 seconds.
I completely agree with you, Mike. Classy looked good. He was going through the body most of the time. Really didn't land any punches to the head, to be honest. Sanders, it was all to the head. It was all to the head.
This is true, yeah. And great point there about, it was all of his damage, it came upstairs. But, it was interesting to note that he did throw, I think it was only once or twice, but he did throw that left hand to the body, that jab, trying to set up. So really relying on the 1-2 in this one, and he may come away with victorious because of it.
Classy seems pretty confident.
Now, Classy is just enjoying the moment, getting the fans on their feet. So the Porter County Police Department gets another victory here for the blue corner.
Great show of respect by both fighters. Dapping it up, hugging it out. It's a heck of a fight between these two. Classy coming over.
Classy had came a long way for this one, and he made the most of it. He was unable to really get inside and deliver punishment, and credit to Patrick Sanders and his corner for maintaining the distance there and coming away victorious in this fight.
Porter County, both victories for the police department. We'll see if Lansing can get a victory for them now.
Yeah, so the next fight is Rob Garcia of the Lansing Police Department, and he'll be fighting Aaron Arroyo from the Hammond Fire Department. This is the last fight before our intermission. So this is the 7th of 14 fights about to begin here shortly.
This definitely should be a good one between Garcia and Arroyo. And you got to think, Arroyo's got to be the hometown favorite. He's in Hammond. He's in the Civic Center. Square in the ring. he's going to have the whole place on their feet, basically.
Absolutely. The Hammond Fire Department, they had one fighter earlier, and that was Brandon Dills in the second fight, who came away victorious. And so now we see another representative of the Hammond Fire Department, and Aaron Arroyo, who looks to continue that trend.
Yeah, but it stopped the little run for the fire department. The fire department is only up 4-2 now, compared to 4-1. And there's still 8 more fights to go.
There is plenty of fights left in this one. There's been a ton of action so far, and this place, looking around, is just absolutely packed in the lower level and up into the balcony.
It's great to see this place packed to the brim, full of fans for a great cause. All support going to local Make-A-Wish and Nick, Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation.
Fighting 5'7", 210 pounds, Rob Garcia for the Lansing Police Department.
And here comes Rob with his entourage in tail as well. He's looking ready to go.
Garcia entering the ring, fighting out of the blue corner for the Lansing Police Department. Has a quick word with the official.
And here comes the hometown hero.
Aaron Arroyo has the height advantage this one. He is 6 foot compared to the 5'7". Rob Garcia weighing in 215 pounds. Aaron Arroyo now entering the ring.
And we Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses, a classic. And look at this. I think he's got a couple of his buddies from the Hammond Fire Department joining him in his corner.
It's all about community, folks. It's all about community on a night like this. Community, charity, and just the unindelible spirit. These heroes, firefighters, police officers, and Aaron Arroyo has now entered the ring. Has his quick word with Randy Ray, the official in this one.
Could this be a little bit of a run possibly for the police department, though? They got 2 victories. Could they go only into intermission down only 4-3, or could it be 5-2 in favor of the fire department going into intermission?
Yep, the blue corner police department has won 2 of the last 3 bouts. Coming into this one, the last bout before our intermission, Rob Garcia will look to try to get that much closer to evening up the deficit that they face. But he'll have his hands full with Aaron Arroyo. Aaron Arroyo looks ready to go in this one. Both fighters coming out to the center of the ring. Arroyo from the red corner, Garcia from the blue corner. Away we go. Arroyo starts off with a jab. Trying to set up that right hand.
Garcia just playing defense at this point, just trying to keep his hands up, trying to protect himself from those headshots by Arroyo.
Garcia throwing a couple hooks there, trying to land one to the body. Both fighters feeling each other out. Good block by Arroyo on the Garcia left hand. Garcia's right hand doesn't connect. Fighters trying to determine the distance. A nice jab there landed by Garcia and a right hook to the body as well.
Both fighters seem light on their feet.
Lunging right hands from both fighters don't really connect there. There's about one good clean punch landed in that one, and that was a jab by Garcia. And both fighters not trying to, get into, that inside fight and are trying to, figure each other out from the outside and gather their distances.
Yeah, trying not to get into a slugfest like most of the fights we've seen so far. Just trying to feel each other out, see what the tempo's going to be of this fight. It's been a very sluggish pace, to be honest. But you're right about that one punch by Garcia that landed for Garcia. And I think Garcia takes that first round just a little bit, 10-9.
Yep, so a thinking man's game, the sweet science to a certain extent. And that's what we see exhibited in the first round there, as both fighters trying to avoid damage and then also trying to determine where will their chances come from. So, but with the one lead jab landed by Garcia, we'll see if he continues to land that jab here in the second round. And Arroyo with a right hook combination there. Letting the combinations flow a little bit here in the second round is Arroyo.
Yeah, Arroyo coming out strong here in the second round.
Arroyo feints with the left, lands with the right. Now feinting with the right, trying to land with the left. Garcia trying to land a right hand to the body on his way out, trying to get to the center of the ring.
Good dodge there by Garcia. Another nice punch there by Arroyo, landed right to the head. Nice block by Arroyo.
Garcia with a right hand there. Looks to try to, deliver some damage. Garcia seemingly not wanting to make this an inside fight, although it could work to his benefit being the shorter fighter.
It definitely could, Mike.
Arroyo trying to keep his distance there, throwing a couple jabs. And that is the end of round two. So Arroyo comes out, tries to, let the combinations, be more fluid in the second round as opposed to the first round. And we see a different fight now after two.
Yeah, definitely. I thought he came out looked like guns blazing in that one. I think Arroyo took that one. Took that second round right there, Mike.
I could see it being scored that way. He did a good job of maintaining, the ring, cutting off the ring a little bit, not letting Garcia kind of go all the way around him. Garcia did try to, up close, try to hook and then pivot. He was able to do that once, but that shot in the phase wasn't a very clean shot. Arroyo hasn't taken much damage in here, but neither fighter has really delivered much damage to each other yet either.
I completely agree with you there, Mike. Not much damage done to either fighter. Not a lot of punches landed in this match, to be honest.
No, but with the third round, hopefully they'll let it fly.
And here it comes.
Nice exchange there. Garcia utilizing that left jab. Trying to set up that right hand. Arroyo over the top of the right hand. He lands one.
Let it go.
Not much there. Whoever lets it fly could take the fight on the scorecards.
It honestly could come down to the last 10 seconds of this fight. Oh, and Arroyo with a nice jab right to the head.
Arroyo with the left hand, but not trying to capitalize on it by following it up with shots. Good left hand by Garcia, but it's all so far been just one and done not trying to deliver much damage after landing one blow. Neither fighter.
Great defensive fight by both fighters.
Yeah, both fighters tried to stay away from danger in this one, and the crowd, urging them to, throw those hands in the third round, but to no avail. And we shall see how this one is scored in what should be a close fight on the scorecards. But it all comes down to just a couple of punches being landed.
Yeah.
Whichever of those handful were landed, how clean were those punches? That could be the entire difference in this one.
Yeah, honestly, you're right. It could come down to just number of punches landed at this point, because there wasn't much power in any of those any punches. To be honest, I really didn't see much power punches. No shots to the head. Had maybe one or two, to be honest. But honestly, it was just defensive at most points. Both guys just trying to stay away from each other. They didn't want to turn it into a slugfest, basically.
Nope. But after 3 rounds, both fighters broke a sweat and got a little workout in, and do it all in the name of charity. Here, as the proceeds of this event, this 911 Slugfest, go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation here in Indiana locally, as well as the NIC Foundation, the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation.
Now here's a question: will it be 5-2 or 4-3 going into intermission?
We shall see. Moments away from a decision. So Aaron Arroyo gets a unanimous decision there. He's able to control the ring. He landed a combination in the second round and did not take much damage throughout this one. So he comes away victorious in the 7th fight of the evening.
Yeah, it came through marching around the ring, thumbs up to the crowd, just trying to get the crowd hyped as we head into intermission with 7 more fights to go.
So we'll take a break here in a few moments after Nathan Laird has a few words to say. Nathan, what's going on?
Hey, during intermission here, we are going to break away. We're going to have a new stream. If you're watching on Facebook, we're going to have a brand new stream. They said about a 15-minute intermission or so. We're going to have a brand new stream. We're working on a couple internet issues that we know that's been affecting some of the stopping the broadcast, but we're going to have a brand new stream coming up for you guys in just a little bit.
Thank you, Nathan.
All right,
appreciate it.
Good. Thank you, Nathan.
Sounds good. So, yeah, after 7 fights, it is, been a night of back and forth, but the fire department, the red corner, is coming away victorious in this one. So far, at half, they have, they won the first 3 fights. Diana Jakic for the Porter County Police Department got the blue corner on the board with the TKO in the 4th bout. Dwayne Brown with so far the knockout of the night on Jamel Martin in the 5th for the Michigan City Fire Department. And then Patrick Sanders gets a W for the Porter County Police Department. And then Aaron Arroyo finishes before the first intermission, winning that 7th fight in a unanimous decision.
Great work. Thank you. Yeah, it should be a good next round. We got a bunch of good fights. John Hannon and Donald York leading it off for us when we return.
Yep, that's right. So we'll take a break here. You're watching Fight Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Welcome back to Fight Night on the Region Sports Network, streaming live on the internet at regionsports.com, facebook.com/regionsports, and youtube.com/regionsports. We come to you live from one of the most storied venues in North America, the Hammond Civic Center, as the Region Sports Network presents 911 Slugfest, police and fire charity boxing event. We're at the halfway point here. And it's been an outstanding night. Again, I'm Mike Jamia. with the blow-by-blow for tonight's broadcast. And with me is Tyler Richards with the color analysis. Tyler, how awesome has this night been so far?
It's been awesome so far, Mike. We've seen some great fights. A knockdown, which we think has been knocked down of the night so far by Dwayne Brown, and then a TKO by Dacic to start off. And it's been great. It's 5-2, but there's still a lot of bouts to go. Police department could have a run here in the second half of this.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the red corner has won 5 fights. The police department has only won 2 so far, but we still have 7 fights to go. Of the 5 fights that the fire department has won, the red corner, Sergio Ortega, Brandon Dills, and TJ Wilson all won via decision in the first 3 fights. Dwayne Brown with the knockout of the night so far against Jamel Martin. Dwayne Brown representing the Michigan City Fire Department, and then Aaron Arroyo with the most recent victory of a slew of victories for the fire departments representing the Hammond Fire Department. Of the 2 victories that came from the blue corner, Jakic with a TKO in the 3rd round for the Porter County Police Department, and Patrick Sanders, won against Nathan Classy of Evansville, but Patrick Sanders representing the Porter County Police Department as well. It has been an outstanding night so far. Many people from far and wide have come to tune in to this one. They've came down to the Hammond Civic Center in droves, and it's been an outstanding atmosphere in this one. People, in this first level of groups around ringside, it's absolutely packed. Jack Callahan in the ring right now. Jack Callahan, is made his incredible contributions to the sport, managing and operating the Hammond Boxing Club, and very appreciative for all that he's done in bringing this here, and it's just been a wonderful night so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and we definitely also have to give credit to Dennis Hardesty, the late Dennis Hardesty, who passed away recently. Jack Callahan and Dennis Hardesty, without them, I don't think there wouldn't be a Hammond Boxing Club. They're both terrific gentlemen.
Yeah, Dennis Hardesty, someone that I had met only one time in visiting the Hammond Boxing Club in preparation for this event, and it was like I known him for years after speaking with him. He is just larger than life, and his contributions to the sport, and he'll be greatly missed.
He definitely will. I wish I had a chance to meet him. I would have loved to meet him.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you that this 911 Slugfest Police and Fire Charity Boxing event is for charity. The Make-A-Wish Foundation, locally here in Indiana, they'll benefit from the proceeds of this fight night, as well as Nick Foundation and Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation. So, community, charity, and boxing. Boxing is just, the purest sport when it comes to, competition, and, what better way than to, leave it all out in the ring for a good cause.
So true. And ring announcer in the ring, and we're getting ready, just announcing to bout number 8 between John Hammond of the Crown Point Police Department and Donald York from the Windy City, Chicago Fire Department.
Yep, so Hannon will be fighting York, and now entering the ring is John Hannon of the Crown Point Police Department in bout 8 of 14.
Entering to, I believe that's Lights by Ellie Goulding?
You would know better than I. But I think you're right.
I think I... Yeah.
I didn't recognize it right off the bat, but yeah, you were all over it.
Interesting song choice. Usually it's like a pump-up song like Sweet Child of Mine, Can't Stop by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, right?
I like it. I like it.
It shows personality.
It definitely does.
And perhaps it means lights out for his opponent.
Oh, I never thought of it like
Donald
that.
Donald York now will be entering the ring to fight John Hannon of the Crown Point Police Department.
He's a Alabama, I believe.
I couldn't make out what the ring announcer had said what Donald York nickname is, but nonetheless, fighting out of the red corner in the Chicago Fire Department is Donald York. Coming out to Thuggish Ruggish Bone. Now see that is a walk-up song. It gives me Kyle Schwarber 2016 World Series vibes.
Mom, kind of guy.
And fighting out of the Windy City, like you mentioned, is Donald York as he enters the ring.
Tower 37, one of the guys hanging up the shirt, Tower 37 engine. I couldn't get the engine number off there. 56 possibly, I believe. Tall guy. In a quick word with our official.
Yep, so the referee in this one will be Scott Huff. And he has a quick word with Donald York. The ring girls are throwing out merchandise, throwing out cups. I don't know if it's poor form or not for me to ask for one. Perhaps I can maybe finagle my way to get one later.
I kind of want one myself, to be honest.
Now.
No.
No dice.
No dice.
Okay. So, fighters meet in the center of the ring with Scott Huff, who gives them the instructions of this bout. And remember, folks, there is a standing 8 count in effect on all knockdowns, and there is a 3 knockdown rule that is in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight unless a corner throws in the towel, which is something we've seen once tonight. Will we see it again?
All right, here we go. York just trying to feel out his opponent right now. A couple jabs there by Hannon.
York's got his hands down, welcoming Hannon to throw. York looking to evade and perhaps counter.
Oh, good dodge there by York.
York wants Hannon to throw at him.
Oh, there we go. A couple body shots there by York. Got Hannon on his heels right there.
Now York trying to lead with the right hand. And a good right hook by Hannon stops York in his tracks. York backs up and moving around the center of the ring. 10 seconds left in the first.
We heard some of the crowd yelling, use that reach to Donald York, which he does have the reach advantage. Oh, nice.
Hannon's got him in the corner and on the ropes. A good way to finish the first round by Hannon. And as you mentioned, the people in the crowd, encouraging York to use his reach, because on the outside he was just kind of baiting John Hannon to come in and throw, looking for that counter. But you have to be active on the outside. If you have that reach, you got to use it to your advantage.
Yeah, very true. Very true. If you have the chance to use that reach to your advantage, you use that reach to your advantage. Now, York seemed like he was going for a bunch of body shots, too, to be honest. I'm surprised he doesn't just go for headshots. He's got the height, and he's got the reach advantage on Hannon.
Yeah, it looked like a couple of those uppercuts were intended for the head and kind of caught the upper body of Hannon. But Hannon, credit to him, when York got in close to him, he was able to deliver a right hand counter punch, a hook, and then later in the round he was able to get York to the ropes. So we'll see what happens in round 2.
Both guys trying to feel each other out.
York utilizing that jab more frequently to start the second round, but perhaps not frequent enough as he's trying to deliver that right hand. But there goes Hannon again.
Oh, nice
Hannon
shot
now
by
on
York.
the ropes. A great exchange there. York looks like he's in trouble. And that's going to be considered a knockdown there. A vicious right hand by John Hannon, representing the Crown Point Police Department, fighting Donald York, Chicago Fire.
Yeah, Donald York was smiling after. He was like, all right, I see you. Oh, and Hannon go right back to the head. And now York goes in for it. Oh, nice.
Hannon with a good left hand as he, exits the ropes. York brought him to the ropes, and Hannon landed a left hand on his way out. So, but perhaps York is, smiling after that blow just to kind of signal to the judges that, hey, I'm okay, I'm not in danger, I'm not hurt. And so we see the replay here. Again, a good left hand there, and that's the punch that really delivered the punishment and hurt Donald York, and that scored that knockdown there in the second round.
And Donald York with some words from his cornerman, trying to get some words of encouragement out there. And John Hannon, he almost lost the weight belt there for a second, actually.
Yeah, so John Hannon, though, with that left hand knockdown, that was ruled a knockdown, so it should be scored as such. So taking a 10-8 in the second round, perhaps. And therefore, if you are Donald York of the Chicago Fire Department, you know that you have to let it fly here in the third. You have to let those hands go.
Absolutely. Here we go. Final round. Hannon quickly using that jab. I think he was jabbing York with his own fist.
Yep. York using that left hand to protect his face, and still he's complaining a little bit about the punch in the back of the head, but he eats a right hand there from Hannon. Hannon with the left. Another left.
Someone's yelling finish it to Hannon.
York's got to let it go. He's not getting it here, and he's not scoring any points with his demeanor. So he has to let the punches fly and the combinations flow if he's capable.
Yep. Hannon, nice
great right hand from Hannon. And a left. And Hannon goes to work.
York's down.
York's turning his back to Hannon, and he's not defending himself, so that is again a knockdown. And that concludes the fight. So 2 knockdowns by Hannon, 1 in the second round and 1 in the third, and that is how this one ends.
I think John Hannon takes that one.
Yep, seemingly a unanimous decision is going to follow after, the scored knockdowns by Hannon in the second and third round. We see Hannon with the headgear off now, taking a breather, and a great fight by Hannon. And this one, York, seemingly the more intimidating fighter in terms of stature, but did not really live up to the billing when it came to getting it done in the ring.
No, I completely agree with you. He had the reach, he had the height, but he didn't take advantage of it, to be honest. All the blows he tried to do, he tried to go in the head, but it was mostly landing on the body. And Hannon just took advantage of that. He used his size a little more. He was moving around the ring a little better than Donald York. And Hannon just, with shot after shot, straight to the head. York not protecting himself for some of those shots as well, Mike.
No, yeah, after he had taken a few blows to the head, either from that right hand or that left, usually it seemed like that York, would receive a left hand to the face, and then a couple times it looked like he had turned his back to Hannon, in an effort to perhaps protect himself, but nonetheless, that's not how you want to get it done in the ring. Is you want to protect yourself at all times, but you do not want to turn your head to your opponent. And so, great job by our official in this one, Scott Huff, by considering those knockdowns and making sure that the fighters are safe and that it is scored effectively.
And what a way to stop the streak for the fire department. John Hannon.
John Hannon with a unanimous decision victory over Donald York, representing the Crown Point Police Department. He won with the score of 30-25, 29-26. The other 2 judges had it scored. So unanimous decision victory for him. And on to the next, the 9th fight of the evening will be between Brandon Wakely of the Hobart Police Department and Frank Gussman of the Michigan City Fire Department.
Yeah, this will be a good fight. I've known Frank for a long time. I went to high school with him at Michigan City High School. He was known for he was big in martial arts back in the day. and now moved into boxing. I believe he went to MMA for a little bit too. Be interesting. I haven't seen him in a long time. It'll be nice to see a familiar face.
Yeah, Frank Gussman, representing the Michigan City Fire Department. He will be the second person to represent the Michigan City Fire Department. The first one was in our 5th fight with Dwayne Brown, who scored the knockout of the night so far. So we shall see if both fighters from the Michigan City Fire Department come away with victories and if they're both knockouts. So that is something that we anticipate.
Be interesting. We'll see. Maybe Brandon Wakely can keep this little streak going here for the police department side.
So in the blue corner, representing the Hobart Police Department, Brandon Wakely.
Standing at 6 foot even, Mike.
Weighing in at 185 pounds. As he makes his way to the ring.
Standard walk-up song, to be honest, coming out to.
All smiles now.
Yep.
Showing love to the people who came out to support.
It looks like he brought his son out to the ring as well with him.
Yeah, and now that he's into the ring, it is all serious. Be fighting out of the red corner, representing the Michigan City Fire Department, Frank Gussman. Stands at 6'2" and 195 pounds. So the bigger fighter of the two is the one who's entering the ring right now.
Yeah, Frank always had a little bit of height advantage to him. He was always taller than me when I was in. And but we'll see if that could be an advantage. He also might have the reach advantage. He's got some long arms as well there, Mike.
Yeah, we'll see. Donald York in the last fight, the Chicago Fire Department, he had the advantage in size and length, and he got knocked down twice. So we'll see. Frank Gussman here, now entering the ring. And he learned.
He definitely does. He's got that look of a fighter in his eye. He brought out an entourage of people, too.
Yeah, this is a different sport than you may be used to, folks. If you're just tuning in here for Fight Night on the Region Sports Network, remember, you do not play boxing. You play basketball, you play football, you play baseball, but in boxing you do not play, you fight. And Frank Gussman looks like he has the look of a fighter, and so does Brandon Wakely.
He's got a nice mustache there too. On there.
Yeah.
He actually looks like a fighter, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll see what it looks like in terms of how he can put it together in the ring.
It's been forever since I've seen him. Good to see Frank.
But as you mentioned, he has a background in the fight game.
He does.
He is involved in mixed martial arts. So we shall see if that experience pays off. And Frank Gussman goes to work early. Left hand delivering. Frank Gussman all over Wakely in this one to start. And Wakely is running for help.
Wakely's just trying to get his hands up to defend himself, keeping him from headshots. And now Wakely ends with a headshot.
Wakely, good there, head movement to avoid punishment now, but he's got his back up against the ropes, now getting to the center of the ring. Good right hand by Wakely. Good job of using that head movement and moving laterally with his feet.
Oh, Wakely with a nice shot right to the head once again.
Good left hand by Wakely.
Oh, Wakely's reeling. Oh, backs up. Pushes Gussman off, basically.
10 seconds left in the first. Let's see how it finishes.
Oh, nice shot by Wakely.
Good right hand by Wakely.
Wakely's doing a good job to defend the head, keeping him from headshots.
All right.
Great slew of punches there by Wakely to end that first round.
So Frank Gussman came out with a barrage of shots in combination to start. And then after Brandon Wakely, endured that punishment, he was then able to gather himself utilize his head movement and move around the ring, stay out of trouble, and land a few shots of his own in that first round. So a very good first round there. A lot of action. And it's exactly what we want to see.
I would be honest, I'm trying to stay unbiased, but I think that's a close victory there for Gusman. But Wakely came out and just swinging at the end. It definitely was a close first round, but I got to give the advantage to Gusman.
Yeah, Gusman came out. He looked like he was in control of this fight, and from the onset, and delivered that punishment. It was a close round. I mean, I would not be surprised if it went Gusman's way, certainly, in that one. But all for naught, he's back round.
Gusman once again going straight to the head.
Trying to throw that left-right combination. Good job by Wakely to land a right of his own.
Gusman trying to Wakely with
counter.
3 good punches right to the head by Wakely.
Gusman tries to throw that right hand, and Wakely was waiting for it and delivered a beautiful power shot with his left hand. A great counter punch there. The cleanest punch of the night so far for him.
Oh, Wakely trying to defend himself.
Good right hand by Wakely.
Oh, he just pushed Gusman into the corner. And Gusman was like, hey, how about that?
10 seconds left in the second round. Beautiful right by Wakely. Gusman's got to keep his hands up, and he's
good deep.
A great
good body shot
there.
Great body shot by Gusman to end that second round.
Gusman not one to keep his hands up, but leaning back and dodging that right hand from Wakely. Gusman was then able to deliver some punishment at the end there, but a great job by Wakely in the second round, really kind of getting his timing down, and he delivered a clean power shot with the left hand, the cleanest power shot of this fight so far.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, Mike. Gusman came out, guns a-blazing once again out of the corner, just throwing punches, a slew of punches. Wakely dodging them left and right, and then Wakely with 3 great power punches right to the head of Frank Gusman.
Yeah,
but there was a little shove, and Gusman was like, looked at the ref like, hey, how about, doesn't that count for anything or something?
Yeah, so Brandon Wakely, like you had mentioned, he had landed a very fluid combination to Gusman. It was that 3-punch combination. And speaking of 3, here we go with the third and final round. Left, right.
Yeah, both guys just exchanging punches. Wakely's got Gusman on the ropes.
Great exchange there. Gusman looking for the right uppercut. He's got his back into the corner. Back to the center of the ring, taking punishment with that left and right hand.
Tied it up.
He's got to keep his hands up. He's allowing those clean shots. And in the final round could be scored not in his favor. A good right hand, another one.
Wow.
Going to the right hand, a left.
Trying to get beat up.
But Gusman delivers a left hand of his own.
Wakely was down. He put his head down for a second. Oh, nice shot by Wakely. Oh, another one. Oh,
that's exactly what you want to see, folks. A slugfest. 9-1-1 slugfest here at the Hammond Civic Center. Both fighters going out with the bang in the final round.
I don't know if Wakely got that last punch in before the bell.
Brandon Wakely had appeared to have hurt Frank Gusman. Frank Gusman was in some big trouble there on the ropes. And we'll see, we have a replay here. And you see Wakely going to work upstairs. A flurry of shots, left and right hand. We'll see on the replay here too. Gusman with his back to the ropes, taking punishment. So as we look at some footage here in the third and final round, Gusman backing up, not protecting himself, and then getting pummeled with that right hand when he was on the ropes.
Yeah, you gotta think that not putting his hands up, Wakely really did a good job of defending his head. Gusman kind of kept his gloves down low at the most part.
A split decision.
Wow! First one of the night. Whoa!
Brandon Wakely comes away victorious in a split decision. 29-28 as all three judges had it scored. 2 in favor of Wakely, 1 in favor of Gussman. Wakely was able to weather a storm there, and apparently because he didn't go down, he was able to come away victorious.
That was a heck of a fight there. Gussman put up a great fight. A little kiss from the girlfriend over there in the corner. Always like to see that.
Again, that first round was quite the toss-up.
Yes.
The second round, was one of those where, Wakely and, Gussman kind of went at it. And that third round, it looked like Wakely, really delivered some punishment as well.
He definitely did. Those power punches, those 3 power punches in that second round really might have sealed the deal. And then that last punch right before the bell in the third round, I think that might have tipped the scales in favor of Wakely.
All right, so Wakely in the blue corner for the Hobart Police Department. I'm actually in favor with the decision. I really am too. I know the crowd had quite the reaction with it being a split decision, and that's probably going to be the case regardless. But Gussman, like you had mentioned, he had his hands down and took a lot of clean shots to the head. But Gussman, he an aggressor. Yes. Especially in the early part of those rounds, and so was able to score himself some points as well. So a good decision from my standpoint here, ringside. Brandon Wakely comes away victorious in our first split decision of the night.
Yep, I wonder, our next fight, bout 10, Jameson Smith, the Porter County Sheriff's Department taking on Case Stoltz of the Evansville Fire Department. Can Porter County continue this? They're 2-0. Can they go 3-0?
I mean, it looks like that is the way it is going, but perhaps Case Stolt of the Evansville Fire Department can kind of reverse the tide here. And Jameson Smith comes in weighing at 195 pounds. He has got the Porter County Department is just come out in just droves here. They got signs. Anytime any of their fighters has fought, they have shown the most love, I would say, and that has been evident all night.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. When the Hatchet came out here after her fight, they all greeted her with hugs, a lot of love for her for that fight, and I won't be shocked because they are of Officer Smith here for this victory.
So weighing in at 187 pounds, Case Stolt from the Evansville Fire Department. So he has come a long way to fight, and that is exactly what he'll have when he steps into the ring. Again, Nathan Classy in the 6th fight earlier this evening from the Evansville Fire Department, he lost to Patrick Sanders. So Case Stolt trying to make sure that the Evansville Fire Department does not come away winless as he tries to will his way against Jameson Smith of the Porter County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, and Jameson Smith has the
we'd like to acknowledge the people live on Facebook commenting. Wake Dog, got dub, Brandon Wakely from the Hobart Police Department. We love to see it. Great job, Wakely. Attaboy. People are loving it at home, and people are loving it here at the Hammond Civic Center.
They definitely were. I mean, you said there were people kind of a little skeptical about that split decision. But, I agree with you. Good split decision, and Wakely definitely deserves that victory.
Now at the center of the ring, we have Jameson Smith and Case Stolt. Jameson Smith out of the blue corner, representing Porter County. Case Stolt in the red corner, representing the Evansville Fire Department.
And the first fighter to wear the over-the-ankle boots here is Case Stolt, actually. Most of them have been ankle length.
Little inside fighting there. Smith trying to land a right hook.
Both guys very aggressive.
Stolt leading with the right hand. Now back inside. Smith looking to do some work to the body.
That's a smart decision there by Smith. You bring him in, take body shots. That's all you can do with that at some points.
Smith with the right hand. Stolt with the right hand to the body. Good job evading that right hand blow with Stolt and then trying to work to the body.
Smith is very light on his feet, but the same with Stolt, actually.
Both fighters active around the ring. Neither of them really utilizing that jab effectively in that one and then opting for power shots at the end, neither of which connect, and that's the end of round one.
Great first round there. Both guys came out our referee go to one of our judges, because one of our judges was asking about that, and he said, no, that was not a knockdown. It was a slip.
So Stolt, I believe, clearly won that third round, and that could be the difference here in this 3-round fight.
Great effort put up by Jamison Smith, but Case Stolt came out here in this third round, just throwing the punches, throwing the haymakers left and right, and he's going to go home to Evansville with a victory.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it is boxing, folks.
True.
You know, they always say boxing is one of those things where that boxing, you know, it won't die and it can't be killed, right? No matter how good or bad it is. They say that, you know, as long as there is mankind, you know, they will fight. People will fight each other for money. So in this case, they are fighting each other for charity, and that money going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation locally here in Indiana, as well as the Nick Foundation, the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation.
Overall score, I believe it's 5-4, correct?
I believe so.
And another split decision, back to back.
Ringside Judge Steve Brookside, 29-28. And Larry Gifford and Jimmy Holmes both saw it 27-30.
29-28.
37, 27 to 30. And Stolt takes it.
Yep. So 2 judges scored it 30-27. One scored it 29-28. That 30-27, you know, that is a clean sweep of all 3 rounds. And then the one judge had it where it wasn't. But nonetheless, Case Stolt comes away with a split decision victory there for Evansville's fire department.
He's going to go home happy, bringing a victory home for his home fire department. Almost 5.5 hours away. Congratulations to Case Stolt, but a heck of a job done by Jamison Smith.
Absolutely. Both fighters really left it all out there in the ring, especially that third round. And that's exactly what these people have come to see. They've come to see a 9-1-1 slugfest. And that is exactly what these folks are getting. And for you folks tuning in at home.
Yep, and now a man who's traveled probably more than Case Stolt. Dan Fry of the Lebanon, Ohio Police Department, and he'll be taking on Jason Gore from the Elkhart Fire Department. So Elkhart, both in the same time zone, but Elkhart's a little closer than Lebanon.
Yeah, absolutely. But both of these fighters in this 11th fight will not be local to the region.
Yes.
But nonetheless, they find themselves making the trek to the Hammond Civic Center to wage war in the ring here at this legendary venue here in Northwest Indiana. And, it's legendary, like I said, all over the place. Everybody knows about the Hammond Civic Center.
Everybody knows about the Hammond Civic Center. It's a very historic arena here in Northwest Indiana, known throughout the state of Indiana. A lot of big events have happened here, like we talked about, boxing, basketball, concerts, professional wrestling. Usually every year, they always try to put on a big prep school basketball tournament. You have La Lumiere come here. You had La Lumiere come here one year, and they played Arsenal Tech. There was a couple other big games. I believe La Lumiere was supposed to play Crown Point girls one year here. There's a ton of them as we are getting ready for bout number 11 here of the night.
Yep, so 11 of 14, Dan Fry, like you mentioned, from the Lebanon, Ohio Police Department. And he'll be fighting Jason Gore of the Elkhart Fire Department. And yeah, so it's been 10 great fights so far. And what is the scoring so far in terms of who's leading this one, the fire department and the police department?
It is 10-4 in favor of the fire department. They hold a two-bout lead, but there's still four more bouts to go. So it's anybody's game still, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's this after the intermission, we see that we have 2 split decisions, 1 unanimous decision. So all fights so far after intermission, the 3 fights, have gone the distance. We'll see if this one between Dan Fry and Jason Gore goes the distance as well. And that's something that, right now, as of now, the knockout by Dwayne Brown in the 5th round was the knockout of the night so far. Diana Jakic had a TKO in the 4th bout, and those were our 2 knockouts so far. And yeah, we'll be interested to see, as everyone is, to see how this fight shakes out here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. As look, we might have maybe a little intermission. We haven't heard anything about about the next fight yet.
Yeah, there seems to be a lull in the action. Not sure what the reason could be, but again, just want to remind you all, folks, that this 911 Slugfest is a police and fire charity boxing event. It is all the proceeds are going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Indiana, as well as NIC, the Northwest Indiana Cancer for Kids Foundation. So just a great night of community and charity here at the Hammond Civic Center, and it's just been an outstanding evening thus far.
Yeah, it definitely has, and I hope it'll continue to be at this point.
Yep. So again, just want to give credit to. We just want to give credit to all the fighters tonight. We're going to queue up a replay, actually, from the 8th fight of the night between John Hannon and Donald York. So we see John Hannon delivering punishment, York coming back himself. And it's York trying to utilize his reach, but he gets caught with the left hand there, turns his back to Hannon, and just kind of turtles up, and then John Hannon just delivering power shots with the right hand. So, bringing you a replay there, as well as the Brandon Wakely-Frank Gussman fight, which was the fight after that 2 fights ago for us. Wakely ended up coming away with a split decision on Gussman. So here's some footage from that.
Look up, but then that beautiful hook there by Wakely and got Gussman right on the ropes, and that was probably the turning point of that bout right there.
Yeah, and as you can see, Gussman had his hands down the entire time throughout that clip. We'll look at another one here between Wakely and Gussman. Wakely gets to the center of the ring, delivers a right hand. Little touch with the left, keeping that distance. And then another right-left combination there, and then a right over the top. That's that 4-punch combination as he finishes with a left cross. So, yeah, just Wakely, and that right there is probably what won him the fight in a split decision. So just an outstanding job there. We've seen a lot of good boxing. We've seen a lot of good fighting, and we've all seen it here at the Hammond Civic Center.
Yep. Yes, we have, and we're looking forward to the last 4 fights that we have tonight on the card. Dan Fry, Jason Gore. Coming up next, Victor Zamora taking on Colin Andrisco. In bout number 12, Jason Haynes taking on Mitch Lacrone. And finally, the last fight of the night, Dylan Serta taking on Matthew Strickland.
Yeah, and just the willingness of our brave police and firefighters to step into the boxing ring and reveal their courage and their willpower in the name of community and charity just cannot be overstated. There really is no form of athletic competition more pure than boxing. And so tonight the Hammond Civic Center has been playing host to what has been just another unforgettable night of boxing. And it's just, a privilege to be seated here. Again, this is a night that the people here in attendance will not forget, and likely you viewers, around the world may also be not quick to forget as well.
Yeah, very true. And as we still have the lull here, Diana Jakic coming out.
Yeah, we see her.
Coming out to the corner, to the right corner.
We see her with a couple Coronas ringside. Love that after, a nice long fight.
I mean, she deserves them. She deserves them after that fight.
Yeah, I know. She exerted a lot of energy in her TKO victory in the 3rd round. So credit to her. We'll actually take a break here as this lull in the action continues. Remember, you're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Top reasons to work at Strack and Van Til.
Many opportunities to grow.
Flexible hours.
Outstanding benefits like paid vacation time and holidays.
Enjoy health benefits in a 401k plan.
I always feel like I'm part of the team.
Premium and competitive pay.
The sign-on and referral bonuses help to find the perfect talent.
Text STRAX to 97211 to apply today, or visit our site at strackinventil.com/careers. Nobody else will give you the opportunities that we do.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Fight Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Right now, we're queuing up an interview here with Del Stout. Del Stout, you are no stranger to 911 Slugfest. Tell us about your experience fighting in the ring here.
I was fortunate to do the first three, and I fought against 3 Hammond firefighters, all great guys, and I was fortunate to win. Excellent program, excellent cause. Jack and his group do a great job organizing this.
So, Del, you're a police officer out of which department?
Gary, Indiana.
Okay, Gary, Indiana. And so, and each year you fought a Hammond firefighter.
Yeah.
So you're pretty, popular or maybe unpopular amongst that group there for beating all 3 of their guys in all 3 of your fights.
You know what? They were all great guys. I still talk to all of them. I fought the first 3 Slugfest. I took a year off, came back, and I got knocked out by a Hammond firefighter.
Oh, wow.
So they got their revenge.
There you go.
What does it mean for them to bring this back after 5 years of a lull?
You know what? It's great for the region. It's great for Hammond, and better yet, the cause for Make-A-Wish it's excellent.
Absolutely. So you have fought 4 times. You've done Slugfest 4 times here, and talk a little bit about the Hammond Civic Center. Now that you said you took a year off, you're obviously not fighting this year. How is it as a fan, and how is it in the ring here at this venue?
You know what? It's great to sit back and be able to relax and watch it, but at the same time, I'd be a liar if I said I would rather be in the ring. I miss it.
Yeah.
I truly miss it.
2024, maybe a comeback?
Well, I'm 55 this year, so they cut you off at 49.
Oh,
gotcha.
But no, it's a great program, and like I said, you see how many people it brings.
Yeah.
So you can't beat it.
Absolutely. So do you know anything about any of these fighters coming up in these last
we had one of our own, Jamel Martin. Unfortunately, he got knocked out tonight. He had a hell of a fight before that happened. I know he trained hard, and my heart hurt for him because I know doing it, how much work goes into it.
Absolutely, yeah. Talk a little bit about the preparation for your fights. How long did you, train for going into it? Did you find yourself at the Hammond Boxing Club with Jack Callahan?
I don't know how much time we got, but the first one, I got about a week's notice because I signed up for it, and Jack never notified me. So I found out my name was on a program, so I didn't get no preparation. And the other ones I did have some weeks.
Well, you can talk a little bit about it right now. So we're waiting right now. We're having an interview here with Del Stout, but because the doctor is downstairs with a couple fighters tending to them, and we need a doctor present ringside in order for the fights to continue. So we have some time right now. Let it rip. What's the training like?
So, like I said, the first one I signed up, never heard nothing. Hammond firefighter, that's a buddy of mine, said, "Hey, take it easy on my buddy this weekend." And I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well," he said, "you're on the program, you're fighting my buddy." And I said, I never heard nothing. So I called Jack, and he said, "Oh, nobody called you? It's for Make-A-Wish. If you want to back out, the programs are already done, you can back out." And I'm like, "Well, no, I'll do it, So I was fortunate to win. But I was gassed after about 10 seconds.
So how did that first fight play out? So you were gassed early, but you ended up managing to get the victory.
Yeah,
How'd you get it done?
I ended up being a TKO. It was Phil Kotlowski, and he was a great guy. But he got a TKO. I got a TKO against him. So
Okay, and then the second and third and the fourth fights you prepared for, correct?
The second 2 were TKOs, and then I took a year off, and I came back, and I got knocked out.
Okay.
I don't remember the guy that knocked me out. I forget his name.
Yeah.
You only remember the wins.
Yeah, that's right.
So true.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, talk a little about your relationship with Jack and what he does at the Hammond Boxing Club and how that benefits the community.
Yeah, Jack and I, the firefighter and police relationship, it's always kind of a adversarial, but not so much. We're on the same side, but we give each other a hard time. We've been on WJOB jabbing back and forth in the past. Jack and his wife Karen give their heart and soul to this program.
Absolutely.
Kurt Spivey from Indianapolis also, and I apologize for my voice.
No, it's okay.
You're good.
We had the pleasure of meeting Kurt Spivey. He sat down in the exact chair you did earlier, and he talked.
Yeah, Kurt also referees boxing matches, but they do a great job. I mean, when's the last time this place was this full?
I can't tell you.
I can't remember.
Maybe a circus or
right?
Who knows?
Yeah.
This is great, and I hope they're able to continue it every year.
Yeah.
And make it bigger and better.
I think that's the plan moving forward. I know Jack had mentioned that this is something that he's excited. He said that the layoff kind of happened because of COVID,
right.
And it seems like with the turnout that has been here tonight, I don't see why not that this can continue to move forward and even get even more fighters from different areas too involved.
Right.
I mean, and as you can see, we have people from Evansville, Elkhart, even Ohio.
They're coming from all over, and I got here a little late, and it was hard to even get parking. It's full out there.
Oh, I can only imagine.
We're jam-packed, so it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for taking the time with us.
I appreciate both of your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, again, just if that doesn't speak to what it's like being here, I don't know what to tell you, right? I mean, we're getting people who have, fought in this coming here. We're having people from, legends all across the area. We spoke to Angel Man Freddie earlier. Mm-hmm. It's just, an enormous event, and no better place to have it than here at the Hammond Civic Center.
I completely agree with you. I hope they continue this for the unseen future. This is a great event. Like he said, when was the last time we saw this place packed? Maybe the basketball tournament where they had a bunch of teams. Arsenal Tech came up here a few years ago when there was a really bad snowstorm, but this place was packed. But I've never seen it this packed, to be honest.
Yeah, we're looking at people around the ring, and they're having conversations. They're taking pictures together. I know there's like a photo wall area over in the southwest corner of the gym. It's just a great event, and it's responsible, largely in part due to all of the people that are creating it, and it's a community of people. These are people here in Hammond that love the fight game. And they love, putting on the best show that they can here at the Hammond Civic Center, and they do it for a great cause, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, so true. It's all going to charity. Make-A-Wish. Nick, it's for a good cause, like you said, Mike. It's a great event, and like we said, we just hope they continue this. They were off for 5 years because of COVID, unfortunately. They brought it back this year here in 2023, and I just hope that Jack Callahan continues to do this in the unseen future. 2024 is going to be an awesome year, and if it continues on to that, I would be fine.
Awesome. I do too. I really hope so. We see now Randy Ray, the referee, is in the ring, and so it looks like we are getting our doctor to get to ringside, so we'll be able to begin or continue our fights this evening. We have up next in the 11th fight is in the 12th fight. No, it's the 11th fight, right?
Yeah, it's the 11th fight.
Hand me that one. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I threw it over there earlier. So Dan Fry from Lebanon, Ohio Police Department, he'll be fighting Jason Gore from the Elkhart Fire Department in this next bout.
Yeah, it should be an interesting bout. Dan Fry traveling a long way here to the region to do this fight, and you got Jason Gore on the other hand getting ready here. A little bit less of a trip, probably about, I'd say, usually takes about 2 hours to get to Elkhart from here, I believe. So it's not too bad of a drive for him.
No, but it could be a long ride home if he doesn't come away successful potentially here. As we mentioned earlier, the doctor is was tending to fighters downstairs. There's some headaches, things like that, and so making sure that they tend to them. But now the doctor, I believe, is coming back to ringside as we are going to get the official word. Our judges are now seated and ready to go. So that means we're ready to go, folks.
Oh, yeah, here we go. The ring announcer is in the ring. I think we're ready to go here, Mike. Let's continue this slugfest.
People finding their way to their seats. People in line waiting for drinks. Just an absolutely incredible atmosphere here.
Yes.
So thank you to all who are tuning in on the Region Sports YouTube feed or Facebook, or all of you tuning in from all over. We really appreciate your support here for Fight Night on the Region Sports Network. And next year, hopefully you can make it on down here and, say hi to us, because we'll be back.
Absolutely, right here at ringside. Us and our great crew that have put on this production, they've done a tremendous job, doing a great job working the cameras, working the audio and the feed, getting through all the technical problems that we have occurred, but it's been a great job. Been a great job so far.
Yeah, absolutely. We have Chris Ramirez, of course. He's been shaking hands, kissing babies, doing the thing. But he's the one who makes it all possible here for us to be here. We have Claude Martinez on the camera. So the footage that you were just watching earlier with the interview, that was Claude Martinez on the camera. And so Nathan Laird next to me producing this, and Ben Tamara, he's upstairs, giving you that wide angle shot of the ring that you're looking at currently, and he's panning over to see our next fighter entering the ring, and that is Dan Fry from the Lebanon, Ohio Police Department. So yeah, it's all hands on deck here, folks, and we'll be here next year. So if you're watching at home, you find yourself here next year, come say hello.
Dan Fry standing tall, moving very swiftly, working on his jabs in the corner. He looks ready to go.
He looks very athletic. That is for certain. So Jason Gore fighting out of the red corner as he makes his way to the ring, representing the Elkhart Fire Department.
Not familiar with that walk-up, unfortunately. It's a good song, but Jason Gore coming out here.
Jason Gore, all smiles right now as he, shakes up with Jack Callahan. And he is in the ring. So in the red corner, representation from Elkhart's Fire Department, and in the blue corner, representation from the Lebanon, Ohio Police Department. Neither are local to the region, but they crave the experience of being here at the Hammond Civic Center in the 911 Slugfest 2023.
And we hope to see other people from from out-of-region fire departments and police departments here next year. It'd be awesome to see some different police departments and fire departments, like out in South Bend area, or even maybe down in Indianapolis. Who knows?
Yeah, we've so far seen fighters of all sizes and origins come gather and travel here to what is considered by many to be the mecca of fighting sports, and that is the Hammond Civic Center here in Northwest Indiana. Fighters stand at the center of the ring. Our official in this fight is Randy Ray. Fry looks light on his feet, and both fighters, orthodox stance. Fry trying to use that height advantage and the reach. Yeah, and then trying to deliver punishment with the right hand in the form of a hook. Good feint there, and lands a right over the top there. Great power punch by Fry. Gore trying to manage his way to get inside here.
Gore measured in at 6 foot, 195 pounds. Fry just a shade taller than that.
Fry really utilizing that length and that reach. 10 seconds left in the first round.
Oh, good flurry of punches there by Fry.
Yep, a good 1-2 combination by Fry. And that'll conclude the first round. So Fry utilizing the 1-2. Gore trying to get inside. Gore has not taken a whole lot of damage in this one, but Fry has been able to score early in this one.
Fry connected with a couple jabs to the head, but yeah, not a lot of power punches, to be honest, thrown between these two gentlemen.
So Gore having a conversation with his corner, perhaps trying to get inside. He did so by, it kind of appeared like he was feinting, using some body or head movement, trying to get inside. Did not really have to withstand a storm of punishment as he was going on the inside, as Fry was mostly just trying to maintain his distance and try to deliver from the perimeter. But be leery of the fact of potential counter punches from Fry, as he looks more than capable of delivering that type of punishment.
Oh, Gore came out swinging a little bit, but Fry answers right back. Both just trying to use that left hand to their advantage.
Fry getting inside a little bit there after the jab. Again, looking to counter that right hand from Gore is Fry. Good head movement by Fry, trying to get inside and land on Gore.
He's trying to land that hook, but he just can't get it onto the head. And there's a nice hook. A couple nice hooks there by...
a good left hand, and that opened it up. And now Fry's going to try to go to work with Gore on the ropes. And
knockdown!
So that will be ruled as a knockdown, but from our vantage point, it looked like it was kind of a push with that right hand by Fry. So we'll see on the replay.
I mean, a punch was landed, but did the punch affect Gore going down?
So it was that left hand that looked like perhaps Gore was losing balance and holding on to try to stay up. But nonetheless, that's what we see at the end of 2. So going into the final round, Fry perhaps looking to finish this fight. Gore perhaps looking to, turn the tides here in this final round.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Fry's really owned those first 2 rounds, but like you said, Gore didn't really take that much punishment until that last shot that knocked him down right at the end of the right before the end of the round.
Yeah, and if that, according to the judges, in their scorecards, that could very well be a 10-8 round, likely so, and that means Gore is behind in the scorecards going into the final round. And Fry is not just going to walk away; he's going to try to finish this.
No, Fry wants to go for the knockout.
Great left hook by Fry. Feints with the right, goes over the top of the right hand and the left hand. Fry.
Fry wants to finish him off.
And Gore wants to protect himself here. He's got his hands up, but to no avail. He's bloodied, he's battered, and he's on the ropes.
Oh, 2 shots right to the schnoz by Dan Fry.
The combinations are flowing for Fry in this one.
Gore just trying to protect himself at this point. Yeah, he left himself unprotected there.
Fry is just trying to tee off with power shots in this one as there's 10 seconds remaining in the final round.
Nice shot to the side of the head by Fry. Another one to the back of the head that time.
And Gore is a bloody mess after 3, and that concludes this fight. Fry really put it on him in the 3rd round, sensing the danger there.
Yeah, Fry came out swinging in that final round. Bloodied up Gore just a little bit with the bloody nose.
And as we look to the replay, you can see Fry having Gore on the ropes and just absolutely going to work there. You know, a great job of staying aggressive, knowing that your opponent is in big trouble, and that's exactly what he did, applying that pressure and likely solidifying him the victory.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I think maybe, I don't know if it could be a broken nose. I think it just might be just a little nosebleed there.
Hard to tell from this vantage point, but one thing is not hard to tell, and that is that Fry imposed his will in this one. And Gore is going to feel that one, I'm sure, later, especially on this long car ride home to Elkhart. But again, Fry making an even longer trip, but he comes away victorious in this one. But seemingly,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It is boxing still,
correct.
right, folks?
We don't know until the scorecards are given.
Yeah, so absolutely. One thing, too, is that each and every participating fighter will receive a medal and a challenge coin, but the bout winners will receive a championship ring. So you enter the ring, you come away with the victorious, you get a ring. So here we go to the scorecards. Let's see how they have it.
Yeah, this could make it 6-5, and it's a unanimous decision on this one.
Dan Fry with a unanimous decision. All judges scored this fight 30-26 in favor of Fry. Dan Fry comes in here, gets quick sweat, good workout, delivers some punishment, walks away home a winner.
Congratulations to Dan Fry of the Lebanon, Ohio Police Department. And now 6-5 as we head into the 12th bout.
Yeah, and credit to Jason Gore, too, for hanging in
Yes.
there, never quit, never wavered. He never hit the deck, really. You know, it was one of those things where Jason Gore really did all that he could against, Dan Fry, who had the advantage in reach, and seemingly it looked like experience perhaps, too, but that's all speculation.
Yeah, you could say that Fry might have had a little bit of advantage with the age difference between the two, but Fry also had the reach advantage. He had the height advantage. He used all that to his to the advantage for the victory here.
Yeah, I was speaking like in terms of experience. Like,
okay.
No. In terms of like his fighting experience.
Yes,
It looked like Fry was very comfortable in the ring. You know, very comfortable on his feet, and he really showcased that. But no, nonetheless, though, like again, it's a slugfest, right? You know, any one punch can end any fight, and so credit to both fighters for leaving it all out there. And so as we move on, we see that there are only 3 bouts left, and the next one is going to be between Victor Zamora of the Lansing Police Department, and he'll be fighting Colin Andrisco of the Hammond Fire Department. So the next 3 fights of the evening, of the final 3 fights, out of the red corner will all be Hammond firefighters. So that is how it shapes up here at the end. The red corner from now until the end of the night will all be Hammond firefighters, starting with Colin Andrisco in this 12th bout.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Victor Zamora of the Lansing Police Department. Can he continue this role that the police department have been on? They've came out after the intermission. They've won 3 of the last 4 fights. The only one coming out with the red corner for victory is Case Stolt of Evansville.
Yeah, and that was won in a split decision.
Yes.
We've had 2 split decisions of our last 3 fights, and then 2 unanimous decisions of our last 4. So all fights have gone the distance so far in the second half after intermission. Entering the ring now, Victor Zamora. He's got a group of, I believe, what is that, 5 people with him, and a nice entourage.
Yeah, Victor Zamora, with about 5 or 6 people with him. And now here comes the hometown man.
A lot of noise. People collectively getting to their feet. For Colin Andrisco, weighing in at 240 pounds at 6'2".
Great round of applause for Colin Andrisco as he enters the Civic Center.
Making his way to the ring, Colin Andrisco, representing the Hammond Fire Department, fighting out of the red corner. Smiles, immediately turn to a stern look on the face of Andrisco as he enters the ring.
Looking like he's ready to go. A few words from his cornerman over there.
Got some big boys in the ring.
Yeah.
Could be a lot of fireworks in this one. People tend to be mesmerized by the spectacle that is a heavyweight fighter. Heavyweight fights in the history of boxing, those champions have always been considered the most lethal because it's this idea that, you have champions at every weight class, but a heavyweight champion beats the champion of all the other weight classes, you would reasonably assume. And so people here excited for what is to be a heavyweight bout in this 9-1-1 slugfest between Zamora and Andrisco. Andrisco trying to get it started here with the jab. Zamora good on his feet, moving around the ring.
Andrisco trying to get some shots to the body. There's a nice shot to the body by Zamora. Tried for the hook by Andrisco there.
Okay, so Zamora lands a couple body shots there. Andrisco lands a couple of himself, and now Andrisco's within range. Zamora, though, coming back right at him, and Andrisco's got to clinch up. You got to be careful when you get within range to deliver punishment as well as be weary of it coming to you.
Oh, nice shot there by Andrisco.
Zamora trying to get his timing down. He eats a left hand from Andrisco, but then delivers a right of his own and a left. Good job by Zamora and a body shot to finish the first round.
You got to think if Andrisco wins this fight, this place is going to pop.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would think, too, that the way Zamora looked, let's take a look at this replay here. After once, this was just moments ago. We got that right hook to the body, then opened up Andrisco's head for a left-right combination. So that double hook combination there by Zamora was the big flurry in that fight, so far, and that's what wins him the first round, in my opinion.
I can definitely agree with you on that. I think Zamora took that first round, but Andrisco kept it pretty close. He only took a couple shots to the head, but hey, those count for points, and those are what the judges are looking at. Yeah,
and those headshots are ones where, it takes a little bit of time to kind of get back into it.
Yeah.
But once you're back, you're back. It's one of those things where a body shot over the course of a long fight is going to deliver perhaps more punishment of, wearing you down. But these are only 3-round fights, folks. So these guys are going for the knockout upstairs.
Yeah, we've only seen one knockout, one TKO so far in this slugfest.
Zamora with that left hook to the body, left hand upstairs, and Andrisco trying to pepper that jab, not really connecting. Couple feints there from both fighters.
Zamora trying to use looks like a hook, looks like a left hook to land some shots. Having no avail so far, though.
But he landed that left hook to the body earlier in the first round, and that set him up. A great counter there by Andrisco with the right hand. He let it fly, and now he's letting the hooks fly, the power punches. Zamora's getting close, protecting himself, and that is how you finish the second round after seemingly losing the first.
And Andrisco coming out in that second round. That was a great end to the second round. I thought Zamora could have taken that at first, but then Andrisco, the flurry of punches at the last second in that second round.
Let's take a look at the replay here. So Zamora sizing up. It was right there when Zamora threw that left, that overhand right was landed by Andrisco, and then moments after that is where we saw the flurry of punches, and that barrage is what led to Zamora having to put his hands up, and really just trying to wait for the bell to sound.
And I believe the fight's, I think it's over. I believe it's over, because I saw Zamora go over to Andrisco. I think this fight might be over. I think Zamora might be.
Yep, so the gloves are coming off for Andrisco. In a moment, we'll see what is the ruling. I wonder if this is. Oh yeah. It appears that Zamora is injured. And that right there could be the reason why both fighters are taking their gloves off and this fight has ended.
Yeah, I saw a referee wave over to the timekeeper's table, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, well, what's going on here? And unfortunately, it looks like Zamora can't continue due to an injury now.
Yes. Zamora wincing in pain. It looks like he's really favoring that right forearm or even hand potentially. It's hard to tell so far. Perhaps he's looking at his right bicep. So
that's what the doctor's looking at, it looks like right now.
So Andrisco stands at the center of the ring by himself right now. And here is the final word. So there you have it. Scott Huff, the referee, stops the fight in the second round due to an injury. And Andrisco just pounded a beer in the ring. And quickly Scott Huff came to him and said, he's like, yeah, take that ringside, brother.
He was trying to Stone Cold Steve Austin it for a second there.
Yeah, he's like, you won by an injury. That I don't think is cause for you to pound a beer in the ring. But nonetheless, the beverage is deserved as he comes away victorious and, hugs his family and his friends and supporters. So a great job by Colin Andrisco in this one, as well as Victor Zamora, both slugging it out here at the Hammond Civic Center. And a great time.
Absolutely. Now we're getting ready for bout 13. Jason Hayes of the Hobart Police Department taking on Mitch Leckrone of the Hammond Fire Department. Like you said, nothing but Hammond firefighters left.
Yep, so Jason Hayes, Mitch Leckrone, Jason Hayes, Hobart police officer, fighting Hammond firefighter Mitch Leckrone. So there's only two left. And when we look to it, it looks like overall
7-4.
The Hammond Fire Department, or not the Hammond, but the red corner, the fire team is going to pull away with the victory in terms of the amount of bouts that they have won potentially. Right? Let's do some math here.
Sure.
The first three were won, so that's 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. So yeah, it's 7 to 5 right now.
7 to 5, yep.
At best, the blue corner can tie it up for the police team. But right here, the Fire team with a victory in one of these last two bouts can pull away with the overall team victory.
Yep.
As we have Police versus Fire.
And they can tie the series at 3-3, setting the rubber match for next year.
Absolutely. So, we'll see. I believe this is the result of the 50-50 raffle.
Yes.
Okay. All right, folks. Now it's time to really pay attention to. Okay, split pot 50-50. You folks at home are wondering, like, man, dude, I wish I could have made it out there, right? Maybe get a few bones here. So again, split pot, half the pot going to charity, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and the Nick Foundation, Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids. Now time to look at faces around the arena to see who won.
Yep. You always know who got it. They're usually jumping up for joy.
And I'm usually one of those where when I win, I very discreetly make my way.
You're very stoked?
I do. I very discreetly make my way there because it's I don't win unless I have the cash in my hand. But we have our winner ringside. Right here.
Yeah, you got to hand the ticket to the ring announcer.
Yeah, let's see. Do we got some footage of this? Yeah. We have ourselves a winner. So let's see, Claude working the camera right here, seeing if we can get a shot of our winner, the 50-50 raffle. There she is.
Oh, congratulations to her.
Yep. $1,153.
Wow.
Here we go. Wow.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
The money goes back. So 100% of the pot will go to Nick and Make-A-Wish. And that's how we do it, folks. That's how we do it here at the Hammond Civic Center. That's how we do it for 911 Slugfest. You love to see it.
Great heart, great minds. I love it. I love that. That is a class act right there, is what she did.
Absolutely.
UFC legends were here earlier, and they signed a couple of boxing gloves. So we'll see who gets these.
Forrest Griffin glove signed by Forrest Griffin. Forrest Griffin waged wars in the UFC light heavyweight division.
Yep.
That's a great piece of memorabilia. We'll see who ends up winning that. So again, if you're tuning in, they're doing some charity raffles here for the Make-A-Wish and Nick Foundation. All right, let's see who won it.
Make your day. You gotta make your way down to the ring to claim the glove.
What a great piece of memorabilia.
Absolutely.
All right, who's got ticket? 968-206.
Forrest Griffin, inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame back in 2013. He's currently serving as the Vice President of Athlete Development at the UFC Performance Institute. He's a former Georgia police officer, rose to prominence after winning the first season of the TV show The Ultimate Fighter. And it's when he defeated Stephan Bonner.
Yep.
Last chance right here, even if you're up high.
So I love that connection. Forrest Griffin former police officer in Georgia, signing the glove. Signing the glove for that's being raffled off here.
Called it 3 times.
Making the final call.
968-206.
See if anyone makes their way down to the ring.
We do not have a winner. We're going to go ahead and pick a new one.
All right, they're going to pick a new number. They're going to pick a new number. People now feverishly looking at their numbers, making sure that they get them out if they don't already have them out.
Yeah.
All right, this one. 801-4758.
Starting with 801 now.
Yeah, we're taking a peek around the room, trying to read it.
801-4758.
All right, well, looks like we got ourselves a winner. All right. Let's verify these numbers. Claude Martinez on the camera.
Yeah, let's see if she got it. And she did. Congratulations.
That is awesome.
That is outstanding. That's 2 legends of MMA wrestling. And we need 1 more ticket.
All right, we have one more item. One more ticket to be called.
And this is the last one. This one is also signed. Signed by both of them. This is number 804-778.
All right.
804-778.
The other glove. Who will come away with the other glove?
We need someone from this side of the room.
There he is. He's coming from the other side now.
All right. Everyone here enjoying themselves. Some raffles. Split the pot, became the whole pot going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, as well as Nick, the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation. So, wrapping up the raffles here in the ring, and we will be back in a moment, for more fights. The next one being Jason Hayes of the Hobart Police Department and Mitch Leckrone of the Hammond Fire Department. We'll take a break now. Remember, you're watching Fight Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Top reasons to work at Strack and Van Til.
Many opportunities to grow.
Flexible hours.
Outstanding benefits like paid vacation time and holidays.
Enjoy health benefits in a 401k plan.
I always feel like I'm part of the team.
Premium and competitive pay.
The sign-on and referral bonuses help to find the perfect talent.
Text STRAX to 97211 to apply today, or visit our site at strackandvantil.com/careers. Nobody else will give you the opportunities that we do.
Welcome back to Fight Night on the Region Sports Network. Coming to the ring now, you see Jason Hayes from the Hobart Police Department weighing in at 275 pounds, looking to inflict damage on his opponent and impose his will in the ring. He looks comfortable in the ring there, folks. We'll see how comfortable he looks in a few moments. Right now, having a word with the referee of this fight, and that will be Randy Ray.
All right. Fire wins this. They wrap it up. They take the series.
And the Hammond Fire Department's very own Mitch Leckrone weighing in at 271 pounds as he makes his way to the ring, fighting out of the red corner. And as you mentioned, Tyler, if it's one victory here for the Hammond Fire Department and they win the team match, right? As it is now 7-5 with 2 matches to go.
And I also mentioned this during our break. 2 big guys coming out. 271 and 275. We got the heavy hitters to finish it off.
Yeah, we had a heavyweight fight last fight, the 12th fight of the evening, and that was won by Colin Andrisco due to injury of Victor Zamora. And so now, again, we have the heavyweights out here between Jason Hayes weighing in at 275 pounds and Mitch Leckrone weighing in at 271 pounds. Mitch Leckrone right now, you're looking at him in the red corner, and then in the opposite corner is Jason Hayes. So we're ready to go with 911 Slugfest. 2 fights left.
It looks like Leckrone might have the height advantage on Jason Hayes, just a little bit. I believe they announced Jason Hayes at 5'8", 275. Leckrone looks like he stands about 6 foot. Just a hair taller.
So they definitely go toe-to-toe here, but not eye-to-eye, as Leckrone does have the height advantage, as you mentioned. We've seen mixed results, though, in terms of those who carry that advantage. It's all about how you use it. We'll see how it goes here. Fighters touch gloves.
Both going for the knockout.
Beautiful left hand there by Hayes.
Hayes with a couple body shots after they matched up a little bit.
The left hand by Hayes put Leckrone in a very precarious situation there on the ropes. And Leckrone losing his balance there. He's got to be careful.
I thought that could have been a slip, possibly. I don't think Hayes landed a punch to cause Leckrone to go down. Nice
a
shot
good left
by
hand. Yeah, left hand by Leckrone on the counter. Hayes going for that right uppercut, just misses.
That might be that could be a death blow.
Hayes with the right hand, and a right hand delivered back by Leckrone. Leckrone with the right hand. Almost caught him flush, but still lands it, and that's what ends the first round.
Hayes came out with a couple nice shots to Leckrone, sent him reeling to the ropes. But Leckrone came back, a couple nice shots to the body and a few headshots as well.
Yeah, we'll see the replay here. As it was that left hand by Hayes that put Leckrone on the ropes. Leckrone able to, bounce back off the ropes and into the center of the ring. Here we go, another replay. Good right hand by Leckrone. After Hayes really trying to, shorten that distance and get within striking range. But Leckrone in that second replay, we see that he did a good job of protecting himself by swinging and letting that right hand go. Round 2 of 3. Hayes trying to pepper that jab, change his stance. Back at it. Ducks, tries to throw a left over the top, but he misses. Leckrone utilizing that jab as he backs up to defend himself. A great right hand by Leckrone.
Oh, that shook Hayes for a little bit.
Hayes shakes his head as to say, I'm okay, folks. Don't worry, judges. I'm good. But the punch lands nonetheless.
Neither guy defending the head, to be honest. Both with their fists down.
Leckrone looks to his corner, and then he takes a barrage of shots. A right hand there by Hayes and a left hand by Hayes. Both hooks, and now they hug.
And now the referee's got to break it up.
Yep, and here comes Hayes. Landing a couple power punches there. Lecrone's got to maybe land one here to see if he can take this round. Oh, Hayes with the right hand. Leckrone goes over the top of the left. Lecrone's got him hurt on the ropes. Only for a moment, but saved by the bell to a certain extent, as Hayes was about to take some damage on the ropes perhaps. But the bell sounds, and that ends the second round.
I didn't even hear the bell sound. I thought Hayes was going to go down there for a second, and I thought that was going to be a knockdown for LeCrone.
Yeah, so let's look at this replay here. So Hayes stumbled a little bit. There's nothing wrong there. But he eats that right hand there, shakes his head. So that was that power right hand, that right cross from LeCrone. As you see LeCrone, he's listening to his corner right now. And then here's the other replay. Hayes trying to get inside. Hayes lands that right and then that left afterwards. From that angle and that vantage point, it did not look like those punches landed clean. But, folks, I will tell you this. From our vantage point, they were.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we see a good right hand there. And the left, I mean, right there is where we see that it could have, if that round would have lasted a little bit longer, that's where danger really could have ensued. But here we are in the third. Hayes with the right hand, really letting it fly. LeCrone goes to the body. LeCrone tries to throw that power left. He misses.
Hayes was looking for something big. He was winding up.
Hayes' head movement, very important and integral to his success in the third round if he can have some. A good right hand by Hayes. He's got LeCrone on the ropes for a moment there, doesn't charge. So they find themselves in the center of the ring in the final round.
Nice shot. Nice shot by LeCrone right to the side of the head of Hayes.
Good right hand by LeCrone. People on their feet. 10 seconds.
Hayes needs something big. He needs something big to answer this to end this third round.
And the final 10 seconds go in a whimper, so to speak, but some very good power shots landed by both fighters at times throughout this one, but not really, we didn't see a barrage or a flurry from either fighter in this one, as both fighters, were plotting and trying to land that knockout blow.
Yeah, I completely agree there, Mike. LeCrone looked like he was backing up for a second. Hayes was just throwing a slew of punches, trying to land that uppercut, but just could not find the place on LeCrone's jaw.
It is going to be very interesting how the judges score this fight, because I think based on where you were ringside, you have a very different view. So when you look at the judges, their position alongside each part of the ring, the east side, the west side, and the south side of the ring, you have where the judges are positioned. So perhaps the judge on the west side of the ring, when Hayes hit the ropes, saw something that the judge on the east side didn't see.
Yeah.
So we shall see how this plays out in the scorecards. All the judges look at each other, exchanging looks after that. Unanimous decision, 29-28. All in favor of is Jason Hayes. Jason Hayes comes away with the victory. Jason Hayes, like I mentioned before, landed some power shots. So apparently when Hayes was on the ropes, the judges determined that that wasn't one of those things where he was really in danger. It could have been if the round perhaps would have lasted longer, and that was at the end of the second.
Yeah, it definitely could have. I thought that could have been a death blow for Jason Hayes to get the victory. But lo and behold, it possibly could end up in a tie now. Who knows?
One match remaining, the final fight between Dylan Serta of the Veterans Affairs Police Department and Matthew Strickland of the Hammond Fire Department. The final bout of the evening.
And they're giving a big thanks to all the volunteers who helped make this Slugfest possible here tonight at the Hammond Civic Center.
And people don't seem to be leaving at all, and that's one thing too. There's no beat the traffic. It's all like we're all in for all 14 bouts. You love to see it here as the Hammond Civic Center makes some noise.
Yep, and this one could be a possibility of either a tie or the fire department winning the overall team score.
It is currently 7-6.
Yep, so the ring announcer mentions that it is 7-6 in favor of the fire department, the fire team, the red corner. And just as you mentioned, if Dylan Serta can win, he forces a situation where it is a draw, 7-7 on the team score. But if Matthew Strickland can win this final fight, he not only wins for himself, but for his entire team. And it ties up the series 3-3, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And then we'll see you next year for the rubber match, right?
Yeah, we're definitely, yeah.
So Corporal Dylan Serta enters the ring. He's having some fun. He's taking his time. He's got his entourage.
I like it. He's got a little Ric Flair strut in there. I kind of like this guy.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit. He's dapping up the ring girls.
The nature boy of sorts.
Hey, everybody loves the nature boy.
That's right.
One of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
And I believe if I heard correctly, his nickname is Wolf Knuckles?
I believe so. Yes, Wolf Knuckles.
Or Wolf Knuckle. Is it plural?
I heard Wolf. That's all I heard.
Yeah. But, so Corporal Dylan Serta, he stands there in the blue corner getting instructions from our referee in this final bout, Scott Huff. Scott Huff and Randy Grave done an outstanding job here. And now comes Matthew Strickland from the Hammond Fire Department in this final fight.
Yes, and Strickland wins it. He wins it for the fire department team. Serta wins it. We're tied. So here we go. And there's an entourage of guys coming out. Oh, they got the W flag out. Look at that.
Yeah. So we'll see in a moment, perhaps. Right now you can see on your screen, folks, as Matthew Strickland is entering the ring, but not far behind him. And there you go. You can probably see the W flag there as it gets flipped over. But, yeah, he has his entourage walking alongside him. But ahead of that pack is Matthew Strickland as he tries to get a victory here and secure the team victory for the fire team.
Yep, and we'll see what's going to go on here between Strickland and Serta. He's accompanied by one of his fellow boxers out there who fought earlier on in the night.
Here we go. Again, Scott Huff, the official in this final bout, gives his instructions at the center of the ring. Both men understand. Touch gloves. They return to their corners.
They were ready to throw punches right then.
Yeah, they were. They've been waiting all night. The final bout. The 911 Slugfest. And that's a push.
Yep.
That's a push. So, Corporal Dylan Serta hits the deck, but not ruled as a knockdown.
Yeah, but Strickland going straight for the head. Serta putting his head down.
Yep.
That's causing a bunch of... look at the shots from Strickland.
Serta's got to defend himself. Strickland delivering a combination of right hands there. Really doing damage.
Scott Huff checked on him.
Scott Huff urges them to box.
Strickland's got him in the ropes
Strickland,
again.
A bevy of hooks. And so Scott Huff, he calls the fight. He says you have to protect yourself. It's over. A TKO in the first round for Matthew Strickland.
Wow.
And that is how the 911 Slugfest ends.
I did not expect it to end like that. As we got a replay here.
Yep, we do. And it's Serta trying to defend himself, turning his back though. And that's all she wrote. A technical knockout victory for Matthew Strickland. We see him in the corner. And because of that victory, the fire team wins the team match here at the 911 Slugfest, evens the series 3-3, and next year will be the rubber match.
And we'll look forward to that one next year.
Yep.
Got to wait a whole year.
Both fighters get to the center of the ring.
And Corporal Serta not too happy with himself. Saw him shaking his head a little bit.
Yeah. And there you have it, folks. Matthew Strickland wins the final match of the night in a technical knockout fashion. A great evening here at the Hammond Civic Center. All in the name of charity, community. Again, so much money raised tonight for the Make-A-Wish Foundation here locally in Indiana, as well as the Nick Foundation, Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Foundation.
Yeah, what a great night. Great turnout of the crowd here tonight. Some great boxing matches. Congrats to the fire department, but a heck of a job done here by the police department as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Another tremendous evening here at the Hammond Civic Center, and the feats of these heroes have, sewn, into the fabric of the tapestry of what is the historical narrative here at the Hammond Civic Center. So kudos and credit to all of our fighters and everyone here who came out to support them, all in the name of charity and community. So it's been a great evening. We want to acknowledge and give credit to, our incredible hardworking team here. Executive producer Chris Ramirez, Nathan Laird, Ben Tamara, and Claude Martinez right now with the camera. What's up, Claude, dude? You're the man. It's just been a great night. It's an unforgettable scene. It's something that, like I said earlier, it touches eternity, right? You'll never forget this night. And so it's been special to be a part of it, and thank you, Tyler, for making it a special night as well.
Oh, it was a pleasure to be here tonight. I am honored to get to call this first one in 5 years. I hope I'm back next year for 2024, and I hope you're right here by my side, Mike.
Absolutely, yeah. So it was a wonderful time here ringside. I hope you all enjoyed it as well, sitting at home or wherever you are around the world. A good night to all of you. Remember, you're watching Fight Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.